CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Welcome to a special CMSportsNet Football Game of the Week broadcast. It's Week 8 in the Carroll County Athletic League, and we're bringing you action from 3 different games in the county. Westminster at Liberty, Winters Mill at Manchester Valley, and South Carroll at Century. It's going to be a fun night of football in Week 8. I'm Pat Stoetzer of the Community Media Center, and with me, former South Carroll coach Mike Kraus. We got 3 games tonight, Coach. It's going to be a fun night. We're almost to the end of the regular season.
It sure is. You know, I'm looking for some teams to come out and prove what their record's about, and then some to say, hey, maybe we're better than our record. So it's going to be a good night of football.
Get that momentum going into the playoffs in 2 weeks' time. We got some pregame content to get to you, but before we do, let's hear a word from our sponsors. Don't go away. The special Game of the Week broadcast is coming right back.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
Welcome back to CMSportsNet's special Game of the Week broadcast. Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus getting ready for multi-game coverage with 3 intra-county matchups here in Week 8. It was tough to pick one game, like I said, to highlight this week, so we're bringing you 3 on this Friday night in late October. Westminster at Liberty, South Carroll at Century, and Winters Mill at Man Valley. The regular season is winding down, so these games are very important for momentum heading into the playoffs. Coach, what sort of mindset should these players and coaches be in Week 8 as we get ready?
Well, I think that each one of them is taking practice seriously and getting themselves prepared. They know that everybody makes the playoffs, so you want to be playing your best football at that time of the year.
Right, absolutely. We visited with 2 coaches earlier this week as they prepare to get their teams ready for tonight's game. Let's check in with Westminster coach Chris Basler as the Owls are going after a 5th straight win over Liberty. Coach, how much of the last section of the regular season is about keeping guys mentally sharp? Because I know it's a grind. It's 9, 1 week seasons if you want to look at it that way. How much of it is making sure these guys are focused every day to get ready for Friday?
I mean, I think it's a lot of that. I think especially this year, we kind of talked today about how the playoffs have started now. Liberty plays us tough every year,
right?
And Winters Mill is having a great year, and they're sitting there waiting for us week 9. So, from our standpoint, we feel like we're already in playoff mode and that we have to be to try to play our best football.
In that vein, then, how have the kids responded to that challenge that, hey, even though it's week 6, 7, 8, we got to start thinking about playoff games now to get ready for the postseason?
I mean, I think they have handled it well. We focus so much. Our short-term goal is always to win the next game. Our long-term goal is always to try to win the state championship. And, this time of year, those goals kind of start to veer together. But we have to focus on what's in front of us, every day at practice and get ready for Friday.
You mentioned Liberty. You've had some doozies. I remember an overtime game at their place that was big in the county championship. Last year goes overtime here. You guys get the victory. What do you expect out of them this week, and what do you think you need to do to win the game?
I mean, Coach Luke does an incredible job, and they'll be ready to play, and they have some really good skilled players that are going to, test us, and I expect it to be like it's been, a really competitive game that's going to come down to who can make one more play than the other guy.
Do you feel, can you sense that the kids know, especially your veterans, that this now, we're into mid-October now, you want to be playing into December, really, but Can you flip that switch and kind of get into that playoff mode, knowing that, hey, there are still goals out there to go after in the next month?
Yeah, I think especially when you look at our team this year, I don't think we've played our best game. We've played some good games, we've beat some good teams, but I don't know that we've put together 4 quarters of our best football. And I think that is really motivating to our guys, because the finality of things are starting to kind of hit you in the face that if we don't put this together now, we could be in trouble.
Thanks to Coach Chris Bowser for his time. Now we're going to hear from Coach Larry Luth as his team gets ready to try to get over the hump from last week's loss against South Carroll. Coach, each week is a learning experience. I know you don't want to lose games, but what can you take away from what happened last week against a good team in South Carroll, despite their record?
This team is real resilient. We talk about every week. They never quit. They play hard. We play all 4 quarters. We went up. We ended up going down, and we fought our way back. Made it go to overtime. Gave ourselves an opportunity to win. We just haven't had a whole lot of balls bounce our way this year, and some years that happens, and we keep working, we'll keep grinding, and hopefully we can turn our fortunes around a little bit.
In the beginning of the season, there were questions as to who was going to take the mantle on offense. Obviously, you had a guy like Seth Jacobs back early on in the year, new quarterback, new receiving core for the most part. Do you like the way they've gone from the week, first day of practice to now?
We haven't had Seth the last 2 games, and that's definitely been noticeable. I think Chase has really stepped up. He's matured, and I think he's probably thrown for close to 1,000 yards if he didn't break 1,000 after last week. He's making better decisions. Still like to see him be a little bit more careful with the ball, but he's making good decisions out there. He's getting the ball to our playmakers, and we have some playmakers. We just haven't really been able to put it all together. We've played some great halves of football. I don't feel like we've played a great game yet, and that's been a challenge for us to find the leadership and maturity to play a whole game, and we just haven't gotten there yet.
You'll likely need to do it again this week. Westminster Liberty has had a couple doozies in the last couple of years. What needs to go well for you guys to have a chance to be on top? I'm going to guess play a full game, play 4 quarters.
We definitely have to play 4 quarters, and then we're going to have to limit Kyrie's big plays. Last week, if you look at our record, it's games we give up more big plays than we make, or the games that we haven't won. And next week with Kyrie's, he's a big playmaker. He makes some big throws when he has to. He makes some big runs when he has to. They throw the screen at just the right moment when you start overkeying on things. We have to limit big plays, and then we have to find a way for us to make a couple of the big plays, and we'll give ourselves a chance to win.
All right, our thanks to Coach Larry Luth for giving us some time. Let's back up for a second. Coach Kraus, I heard both coaches say this, but when they say they haven't played their best football yet, is that more of a positive or a negative this late in the season?
I would say at this point it's probably more of a positive, because you know that you can continue to build each week at practice. Like we said earlier, we want to be playing our best football at this time of the year. And both coaches said it. They need to play 4 full quarters. So. Yeah,
and then in terms of Liberty, just what Coach Luth was telling us, how much of it this week, playing a good team against Westminster, is also just getting over what happened last week to them, a heartbreaking loss in overtime to South Carroll.
Yeah, that's tough. They just got to close the door and leave it behind them, because that was a tough loss for them. I think their expectations were, with the way you look at the records, they thought they would go in there and get that win. Unfortunately, South Carroll came out to play. They're a better football team than most think, so it's good to see.
We saw that a few weeks ago at Winters Mill. I mean, it took them right to overtime, had a really good game against them, and they've kind of built on that as they've gone along.
No question. I think that's the big thing for South Carroll.
Well, it's time to take a look at some team stats, and the first game up we're going to take a look at is Westminster and Liberty. And we'll take a look and see how they sort of match up here as they get set to kick off here in Eldersburg in a few minutes. Go ahead and take a look at the team stats between the Lions and the Owls. You see, Coach, the records. Westminster the edge there, 6-1, coming off a convincing win, although it was more of a second-half win against Century last week. And Liberty, I would think the key to their win, and you could tell me, the key to winning is just trying to hold that offense down.
Yeah, and keeping Kyrie in check is the beginning of that. So yeah, that'll be huge.
And we'll talk about this at times as we go along too. But all these teams are trying to sort of get over the injury bug as well. Everybody's dealing with them at some point, and some teams more than others are right now just trying to get guys healthy as best they can to get some continuity at the end of the season. Yeah, that's another big plus for the head coaching or any of the coaching staffs for the games tonight. They want to get out healthy. Yeah. So. Let's take a look at some players to watch for the Westminster Liberty game too. We're just kind of focus on that game right now with the 6-1 Owls going against the 3-4 Lions, and Chase Miller, the Lions quarterback, leading the county in passing. He's really come on here in the season. We talked to Coach Luth about how a life after Jack Pelishotti and company, and Chase took his lumps early, so it got things going. 15 total touchdowns and 12 passing touchdowns. And of course, we know what Kyrese Walker does for Westminster, almost 1,000 yards passing, almost 900 yards rushing, and 24 total TDs. But if you're Liberty there, Coach, I think you are pleased with the fact that your quarterback is kind of carrying the load there.
Yeah, I think so. I think Chase has done a great job for him, and that life after Jack scenario that we gave a couple weeks ago. He's done his job.
Winters Mill, Man Valley, another one of the games we're following tonight. Let's take a look at the team stats on that one. With the Falcons trying to get to 8-0 again every week we're talking about how they set a new record. Just goes 6-0 was the first time, or 5-0, whatever it was, and now they've already hit their program record in wins in the season. There it is, 7-0. Cruise past Springbrook last week. That was their 4th straight home game. And you mentioned something to me right before we went on, and that's that points against number right there. No one's talking that much about that Winters Mill defense, are they? Or not enough in your mind?
Not in my mind. I mean, I'm a defensive guy, and I think 58 points against in 7 football games, that's a good number.
Definitely raises eyebrows. And Man Valley, too, right there. I mean, they compete.
Yes.
They compete every week, it feels like. And so I think we'll see that matchup here coming up. It's going to be 2 competitive teams. The third game we've got is South Carroll at Century. Coach Kraus has already mentioned how the Cavaliers are turning around despite that 1-6 record. Got their first win last week. Congrats to Mike Crumley for his first victory.
Absolutely.
Both teams there need to desperately get offense going if they want anything to start going their way in these last 2 weeks of the regular season. Yeah,
I stopped down at practice this week. There seems to be a little bit of giddy up in their jump, so hopefully they'll come out and they'll play well tonight.
Talk about each matchup now with some expectations. First, South Carroll Century, we just saw them. The Cavaliers are feeling good about their last 2 performances. I would think they feel like they can win out the rest of these games, and you never know what goes on after that. A little momentum.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, there's a lot of confidence down there in Winfield. I think Coach Crumley expects to be 3-6 and going into the playoffs with an opportunity to make a statement. So,
Winters Mill, Man Valley, a big one coming up in Manchester. Can the Falcons stay unbeaten, or will the Mavs win the 3rd straight game?
That's going to be a good game. We saw Man Valley last week come back. They showed a lot of character in the second half and pull that victory against Key. Again, I just think that people are undertaking the Winters Mill defense.
Right,
so
right.
We'll see what happens.
See if they can rise to the challenge. Westminster Liberty, we're going to head to it right now. We can talk about it as we go to Eldersburg and check in with the Lions and the Owls. This has been very one-sided the last 15 years or more, Coach. What do the Lions need to do to slow down Kyrese Walker
They need
and
to
that
manage
offense?
the game and go back to that, eliminate turnovers.
Well, this looks like a pretty good start, though, for Liberty. Kickoff out past the 40-yard line, so right away. Yeah. Number 7, Kevin Poole for the Lions. He's kind of taken over some extra offensive duties with the loss of Seth Jacobs offensively anyway. I know Coach Lou said he hopes to get Jacobs back for the last week of the regular season. There you see Man Valley kicking off as the Winters Mill is going to receive the opening kick. Inside the 10, that's number 9, Aaron Jones for Winters Mill. And that's a good job by Man Valley defense. And we saw them play well last week too, Coach, against Francis Scott Key.
Yes, we did. And I think Man Valley has, they have an opportunity also to make a statement in their region, so they're looking for a good start tonight.
And here we go, the 3rd of our 3 kickoffs right here from Century. And South Carroll's going to get the ball first. Up that far sideline, out past the 30-yard line. So we're underway, week 8. Carroll County Athletic League is getting down to the nitty-gritty with only 2 weeks to go in the regular season, and we're bringing you 3 games tonight as best we can on our CMSportsNet Game of the Week coverage.
Yeah, how lucky are we to see 3 games in one night?
It's
That's
kind of
awesome.
nice.
Yes.
Kind of nice. Red zone-esque as best we can do it here at
awesome.
CMSportsNet. 35-yard line for South Carroll, who start off 1st and 10. And Caleb Evans brings the offense out. A unique look here in the gray pants and the white jerseys for South Carroll. And then like we talked about last week or 2 weeks ago with the script Cavs helmets, kind of paying homage to former coach Ken Parker. So here we go. And the first play is a completed pass.
Take what they give you, that's going to be a first down.
Braden Yeager, one of their top receivers, and 10-yard gain on first down. So move the chains right away. Here's the starting lineups for both sides. Offense and defense, and Evans and Anthony Rodriguez. We mentioned Manny Rodriguez, the older brother, went down with an injury. Anthony picked it up. We saw him play really well against Winters Mill.
Yeah, I talked to Anthony this week. He really likes the opportunity to get the chance to run the football. And I think the Cavs have done some things on their front that, Coach Sturdy and Coach Plummer have made some changes and adjustments. I think they feel confident in their running game.
Yeah. Another pass by Evans. Tip down. Nice play by Century there. Knock that ball down. Give that to 23. That's JT Ferguson. Now, I believe we're going to see playing some quarterback tonight, too, for the Knights. Again, we talked about the injuries. Ray Poulton, their quarterback, went down, I think, maybe a couple weeks ago. We know about Trey Helmick. He's one of your dudes from South County, but they've been dealing with some injuries as well. And, it's not an excuse. Everybody has to deal with it, but sometimes when it hits the wrong player, it can be tough to overcome.
Oh, yeah. Football is a physical, violent game, and injuries occur.
Century's feeling a little bit of that right now, but 2nd and 10 here. Is that Campaneschi in motion? That's a backward pass. He could throw that. Century sniffed it out. Oh, yeah, Rodriguez got some yards out of it somehow. He tried to get I don't know if it was a receiver screen or a running back screen. And
little bubble screen,
Yeah, Century stood him up. Actually got no yards. I guess he got back to the line of scrimmage. All right, back over to Man Valley and Winners Mill. Caleb Crouch has the offense on the field. Looks like Paris Lee behind him and Nico Baez too. Number 2 and number 3 as his backs. And we saw a lot of this a couple weeks ago, Coach. Their ability to run. Here goes Caleb Crouch breaking to the outside. Nice pickup on that play there for Winners Mill.
Yeah, we talked about Winners Mill backfield getting the opportunity to keep legs fresh and getting an opportunity.
Absolutely. Kraus coming over to the offensive coordinator, Coach Hoppy.
Caleb's on the dude list, too.
We should do that at the end of the year. You're all dude list for the Carroll County. There's a lot of guys on the list.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Which is good, right?
Yeah,
You want to have a lot of
absolutely.
dudes on the list. So the Falcons up past the 30-yard line here with a man in motion, back in the backfield now. Fake the handoff. Nice block. Ooh, nice hit.
Play.
Nice hit. Give that one a 22. Jacob Reitz, nice tackle. Paris Lee made the catch. Here's your lineups, offense and defense for Man Valley or Winners Mill rather, offense and Man Valley defense. And there's just a lot of dudes on that board right there.
Yes, there is.
Crouch, Lee, and Baez. We know about Camden Cook. And on the other side, you got a lot of big guys up front and some good linebackers. And we saw some of their linebackers and backs make some nice defensive plays last week against Key in a really close game.
Yeah.
Jordan Hughes, I think, had an interception. And
That was huge.
yep. So Man Valley now trying to keep Winners Mill's offense off the field here, get them off the field here when I believe it's a 3rd down. Well, the handoff goes to that's positive yards. I think that was Malachi
12.
Denning. Nope, yeah, 12. Malachi Denning with the carry. Well, now 3rd down coming up. Something 3rd and long for Winners Mill.
It's 3rd down.
Opening statements here, Coach. I mean, we've talked about them all year, and you want to be both sides, right? Defense wants to get the offense off the field. Offense wants to at least get some to flip the field, if not score.
A little momentum, yeah. Move the chains a couple times. Certainly flip the field.
See if they can connect on a pass here. Crouch. I think he bounced that one in, incomplete. Had a man open on the sideline. That was Camden Cook. Pass midfield, so that's going to be a 4th down now, and I believe they'll punt there. Let's see, we're into Westminster Liberty now. This is going to be a punt. The first possession results in a punt. And not a bad punt from deep in their own end. They're going to be down inside the 45-yard line. So Liberty gets the ball now after the first game. That game also the Ravens Rise game of the week in Eldersburg. So congrats to those guys for getting some extra recognition there. Here's a punt here from Camden Cook. Ooh, he might have shanked one. Yep. That might not even be out to midfield, Coach. Came off the side of his foot. All right, Century and South Carroll. And I think that's Trey Helmick, 33. Nice run for Helmick. They're going to have to I would think they're going to have to load up with Helmick and see if South Carroll team can stop him. And as you're South Carroll, you know who you got to stop.
Yeah, that's what I said to Coach Bernard on Wednesday when I saw him. I said, you got to stop 33 and stop Helmick. He's their dude.
It's a second down on first down, if I can hear the PA announcer, so a 2nd and 4 coming up. Yeah, Helmick's had a really good season for them. I mean,
Yes, he runs hard.
He does. Hasn't been the best year at Century, hasn't been too much to cheer for, but you can really take your hat off to Trey Helmick for having a really good year.
Yes.
So second
near the 50.
2nd and down. Yeah, 2nd and 4, I think I heard right near midfield here for Century. So let's see, that is JT Ferguson in back there, 23 as quarterback. Puts Helmick in motion. And Ferguson will keep it himself. Push across midfield. Out past the 49-yard line. Nice little run from the quarterback. I don't think you're going to see a big dose of that tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
From Century. All right, back to Liberty and Westminster.
Ooh,
Like
a
a
little
botched
mix up in
play.
the backfield.
Chase Miller and Jasir Donald greets him. So behind the sticks on first down. So that'll be 2nd down. I think he lost a couple yards there. Oh, first down maybe. I don't know. I couldn't tell. But back over to Winters Mill and Man Valley here. And the Mavs near midfield on 2nd down.
Ooh.
Herndon.
Whoa.
Back to throw. Completes it to the tight end. Number 25, Hesselbein. Anthony Hesselbein. A little razzle early on here for the Mavericks.
Went to the book early. Winters Mill was in good shape there, though. I mean, defender didn't bite terribly.
Hesselbein just went up and got it. Made a nice catch. You know, it's early in this game, but if you have a play you feel confident,
Well,
you don't feel too bad about rolling the dice on a play like that.
It also tells the defense, you better beware. You better,
true.
pay attention to everything.
Spy, you got to put a spy on whoever you can.
Absolutely. Do your job.
That's a first down pickup for the Mavericks. Oh, handoff looked like Farabee slipped. Now, the rain was coming down a little earlier, Coach, and I think it stopped, but it could be a little slick here in the other goal. You can even see it right now on the grass.
You can see the gleam, yeah.
So you got to be careful with your footing there. And you definitely don't want to turn it over. All right, back to Eldersburg. Liberty across midfield. See the scoreboard, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Another pass, caught. Poole, there's Kevin Poole again. We mentioned number 7. They've really had a really nice connection between Miller. Here's your lineups to offense, Liberty, defense, Westminster. Poole and Michael Martin and Tristan West are 3 of the top. Definitely Martin and West, 2 of the top receivers in the county. And that's, again, we mentioned Chase Miller over 1,100 yards, leading the county in passing through 8 games. You just miss a guy like Seth Jacobs, who ran for an all-county season last year and has been dealing with some injuries this year, some setbacks. But making the best of it is what Coach Larry Luth can definitely do. And that's like draw them off sides there. So. Tristan West, 457 yards receiving this year. Martin, 301. David Akinboye has over 200. So they've got some guys that can catch the ball. And again, Miller's completion percentage is a little bit lower than they probably would like, but he's thrown for 12 touchdowns. That's tied for the most in Carroll County. And it looked like a Liberty first down as a result of that penalty.
I think so.
So the Lions on the move here. There's the handoff. There's Poole.
Nice game.
Nice push.
Wow.
Jasir Donald finally stood him up, and Casey Heisig in there too. 34. Mentioned him. We saw his name on the lineup. He leads the county in tackles at 66. Going into tonight's game. Jackson Shakur of South Carroll right behind him at 51. All right, back to Man Valley. Oh, they sniffed it out. Herndon. He made something out of it, but actually, no, he had to go all that. That's right. Never mind. He had to go more than just those couple yards to get a third down, to get a first down. So probably too far away to try to kick it. I would think maybe you got to punt it or go for it here if you're Man Valley. That time they snuffed out Herndon when he was in the backfield.
They did. Nice play by the Winters Mill edge.
Yep. Akinboye goes in motion. Another handoff to Poole. Somebody grabbed his ankles there. Number 3 for Westminster. Rakim Warfield for Westminster. doing his best to bring him down. So, yeah, 4 minutes now coming up on the first quarter. Fast-moving quarter here in Eldersburg.
Lions are moving the ball.
They are. So they got it inside the 30-yard line. So, yeah, on the move on their first drive after they forced a punt from Westminster, kind of in the shadow of their own end zone there. Oh, snap over Miller's head. Oh, all the way back past midfield.
Yep.
Boy, you can't have that happen. And that was third down. So that goes from out of any kind of range to score. They got to punt that ball away. So
Yes, definitely.
tough play there. All right, Man Valley. When there's no pressure, try to get it to Askew. Dallas Poole in the coverage, incomplete pass. Oh, that was fourth down, so they did go for it there. Yeah, kind of a little risky there early on at that point of the field, but oh, that was fourth down. Excuse me. So there must have been another play there. So forgive me. That was third down. So now it's fourth down. I thought that seemed a little bit, bit close to midfield to be doing that. So here we go back to Century now. Cavaliers on the move. Yep. Evans going up top. Oh, that was actually a defensive play by South Carroll's defender or receiver. Dylan Vroom, number 7, was in line for a pick. That was a good job by the receiver to break that up. There's your lineups again. South Carroll's offense and Century's defense. Ian Straley, 250 yards receiving so far this year, and Caleb Evans has crept up the list in the terms of the passing numbers. Second in the county with 908 coming into today.
Good for him.
And he's got Yeager with 20 catches. Jake Miller has 16, and Straley has 15 with his 250 yards receiving. There's Anthony Rodriguez, I believe.
Rodriguez on the carry for the Cavaliers.
Brought down at the little inside the 30.
Yes, sir. 29, 28-yard line. Now, do they have Cannon Hunter tonight? Was there a soccer game before the game? I don't think there was. That was funny. We did hear that. We confirmed that he was at a soccer game and then got here and got in and helped send his team to overtime. I don't see a soccer game on the calendar, so I think
Westminster held Liberty, or they punted.
Yep. Now Westminster has the ball. Kyrese Walker, see him in the first time tonight. And whistle blew, yeah. Trying to get it to Clayton Dorsey there, number 9. I think the whistle stopped the play. Penalty was on Liberty, so 5 yards to the Lions. 2.5 minutes to go in that first quarter. And Lions have it out past the 25 now. Walker back to pass, try to go up over the top. Incomplete. Try to get it to Dorsey again. He made the catch, but I think he was out of bounds. Here's your offense for Westminster and your defense for Liberty. And we've seen our share of Westminster this year, Coach, and obviously everything goes through Kyrese Walker, their all-county quarterback. He's closing in on 1,000 yards passing. He's already up to almost 900 yards rushing. It goes through him for sure.
Yeah, if he has a good night tonight, he could be at 1,000 on both.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This will be a handoff. And breaking through.
Raekwon.
Yep. Raekwon Warfield had a big game last week in their win over Century. They're missing Jadon Segree in their backfield, and Raekwon has taken over pretty nicely. 3 touchdowns, I believe, last week in that win over Century. And that's a first down there for Westminster, I believe, too. Getting up near the 45-yard line are the Lions. Under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Oh, and
they get to him.
Defense gets to him. .34 Carter Hendricks and 40 Nico Marsicano, a couple of their good defenders.
Yep,
converge
they both
on the
just
sack.
collapsed the pocket.
Yep. They sure did. And Kyrie's fixing his helmet, walking back into his huddle. Looking over to their sideline for the play as we get under a minute in the opening quarter. No score. Westminster Liberty. We'll get back around to their games here momentarily. South Carroll's at Century and Winters Mill at Manchester Valley. Week 8 CMSportsNet Game of the Week. And Walker going to keep it. And nice tackle by Liberty. And that's the same, that's Hendricks again. And give credit to 64, I thought I saw. That was a 65, Talford perhaps. So a couple good defensive plays for the Lions.
You know, we're seeing two teams tonight that are, you know, you just hope that they're not looking past tonight's game because of next week.
Right. Yeah, we'll talk more about it as we go along, but next week's game, Winters Mill at Westminster, will be for the Carroll County Championship. It'd be a first for Winters Mill if they could get a win. That's next week.
Yes. Next week, yeah.
We got to get through this week first.
You don't want them to look past it.
Yep.
Oh, that was
batted down.
Nice job.
Yeah, it might have been 34 again, so a nice series there for Carter Hendricks. Back to Eldersburg we go. South Carroll and Century. The Cavaliers down at around the 30-yard line with the ball. Here's Rodriguez. Gets a couple yards there.
Rodriguez on the carry for the Cavaliers.
Inside the 30. South Carroll's mixed it up a little bit, I think. It's been beneficial to them the last few weeks. Even in the loss to Winters Mill, they got the passing game going late, and that certainly helped them get back in the game.
Yeah, and I think their confidence is building on their offensive line.
Yep.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Coach Sturdy, you know, has stepped in a little bit and given his words of wisdom, you know, along with Coach Plummer. And, you know, I just think there's some more continuity there. I talked to the guys this week. They felt, you know, good about where they were right now.
Evans in the back. Shotgun, I should say, in the backfield. He's going to take off with it. Century stands him up. So a couple yards around the edge, but Trey Helmick, there's 33, and JT Ferguson, 23, in on the tackle, and he's a tough guy to get around.
Yeah, he's usually around the football.
Indeed. I think this should be a third down coming up for South Carroll.
Excuse me, 3rd and 17.
It's a long third down, too, so it must have backed him up before the plays we saw.
I imagine they're probably going to look to go up top here.
Yeah, I would think so. He's got Rodriguez on his left hip. Caleb Evans in the backfield, junior. He will go up top. He'll go over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Let's go back to Winters Mill and Man Valley. I believe Falcons looking at a 4th down here. Inside Man Valley territory.
The 30,
yep,
yeah.
25-yard line. Caleb Crouch trying to get the offense to move the chains here and convert. He pushes forward. It was a 4th and short. The Falcon push.
Falcons look like they got it, yeah. Falcons say they got it.
Yep. See if we see a signal. And it is first down. So they did convert at the 24-yard line. And it looks like we'll have a field goal attempt here coming up for South Carroll. And I guess that's going to be Cannon Hunter back there. From the 35 yards, a 45-yard field goal. We saw him hit a 40-yarder.
Yeah, they listened to you last
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They hit that 40-yarder as time expired. High snap, kick up, and I think he might have chipped it up in the air. And
I think it may have been touched.
Nothing doing there. Now let's see, this is a live ball. JT Ferguson picked it up. Carried it out past the 30, so probably smart because otherwise it's going to be at the 20, so he got almost 8-9 yards out of it.
Yep.
And either way, it's going to be Century's ball.
Heads up on his part, definitely.
So Century will start where that run back ended.
We have a flag. Personal foul.
Oh, roughing the kicker. Oh, man. Now you take to put the offense back on the field for South Carroll. Oh, I think I saw the signal, right? Running into the kicker, roughing the kicker. Wow. All right, back to Winters Mill, Man Valley. That's Denning, 12. Off the right side. He had a hole there. Might be down inside the 15-yard line there for Malachi Denning.
Stop made by Jacob Reach.
Inside the 20. Oh, yeah, all the way down to about the 14, I think. So they are knocking on the door here to score the first points of this ball game. Yep, looks like it's resting right at the 14.
Every time we've seen Winters Mill this year, they're just very methodical.
Yep,
You know,
I
they
would
just
agree.
grind things out.
Nice run up the middle by Denning again.
Yep.
And, you know, everyone's going to make mistakes. There can be some penalties. But for the most part, Winters Mill's fairly disciplined.
I was
They
thinking
don't
the
do too
same
many
thing,
things that
yeah.
shoot 'em in the,
the
shoot 'em
games
in
that
the
we've
foot.
watched, we have not seen them make a lot of mistakes. No.
And, I mean, 7-0 teams usually don't.
No,
So,
really.
Yep. Looks like Denning got down around the 10. So positive yards there for Malachi Denning and the Falcons, who are trying to push it into the end zone for the first points of this game. Kraus going to keep it and bust through the line, get inside the 10, down at around the 7. So
Just grinding out 3-4 yards at a clip. I like it.
yep, your kind of movement there on that
Yes,
first
sir.
first drive. We're going to head to South Carroll and Century, and the Cavaliers got the ball back on offense after that penalty.
South Carroll Cavaliers.
And they're down around the 10-yard line as well. I'm going to call it the 13. See if they can take advantage of that Century mistake. And they give it to Rodriguez. Big hole
There he goes.
around the left side, and he's
Nice
in the end
job. He's
zone.
in.
Let's
Yep.
see. He's in. Touchdown.
Nice job by Marshani on the edge.
Anthony Rodriguez from
By number 26
looked like about 13 yards out.
for South Carroll.
See, and there's those differences in mistakes. You know, you rough the kicker, you
Yep.
give the ball
Just
back,
can't-
and you get now you're down 6.
Yeah, you just can't do that. Now it looks like it'll be Cannon Hunter to attempt the extra point. Ooh, a little bit of a low snap. Oh, low, and the kick was kind of
No
squirted
good.
off to the left, so no good. But first quarter, I believe, it's, there we go, 2:25 to go. You saw there in the first quarter, and 6-0 South Carroll.
A little pump and go there.
Oh,
actually.
incomplete. Nice throw there by Miller. Fourth down, if you hear the PA announcer in the background, and now the Lions trying to get a fourth down inside Westminster territory. No score, 9 minutes or so, 9:20 it says there, and that let to play in the second quarter. Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus with you here, giving you a triple action Week 8 high school football from Carroll County. As we mentioned, these games mean more and more with each week, and teams are trying to jockey for playoff position. We'll talk about that as we go along tonight too, Coach, but you won't be playing your best right about now. And that's a pressure from Westminster's defense. Jalen Jones, number 60, brings him down. And that was a fourth down, so they'll turn it over on downs. Number 7, Cooper Whitcomb, was also on that play, but big Jalen Jones, number 60, with a nice play on defense, and the Owls get it back on offense.
Didn't have any time to get the ball out of his hands at all.
Absolutely. So we're going to head to Winters Mill in Man Valley. I believe quarterback Caleb Crouch was injured on a play, so they are going to, this is fourth down, and they're going to attempt a field goal here by Camden Cook. Crouch, I think, left the game. He's usually the holder, so right now that's number 5,
Be a new holder.
Tyler Carroll. Let's see. Cook, he had no problem with that. Drilled it. And so Winters Mill leads 3-0 after a 20 or so yard field goal, 25-yard field goal from Camden Cook. There's your weapon that we talk about all the time.
Yep. And I was thinking about how much they were going to try him these next couple weeks, because that is a weapon. You put points on the board inside the 30, inside the 40.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
big.
I mean, especially in games coming up when points are going to be at a premium.
Yep.
You never know when you're going to be able to get in the end zone against a good playoff team. So having a guy that can kick from 30, 40 yards away is big. And here's Century trying to run the ball here. Not a bad run.
Positive yards.
J.J. Dobson, number 5. I thought maybe I saw a flag come out. We'll see. 6-0 though. You see our score there. South Carroll Century in the second quarter.
34-yard line.
And we talked about Century a little bit. It's been a tough fall for them. Their one win actually is a forfeit win, so they haven't won a game on the field. You've had a couple seasons like that where it's just things weren't going your way. I know it wasn't the case the last many years, but what do you try to tell the guys week in and week out? Because you can't blame them for having their heads down when every week you're getting beat convincingly.
It's absolutely, and as a coach, you end up having to coach extra hard.
That's
it's
what I was
just
getting at.
really
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. And you want to keep guys' morale. You saw that play right there, bad snap, and Trey Helmick fell on it. So that's a negative yard play there for Century. And we saw their one, they make a stand and then they rough the kicker. It's just, I'm not picking on Century. Any team goes through it.
Yep.
But, their JV teams had a really successful fall.
Yes.
I know Coach Ferguson, when we've talked to him, has been proud about that. These things go in cycles, and you just hope Century can turn it around for their sakes. And, I tell younger football fans that don't remember some of the history. That wasn't that long ago. They were one of the best teams in the county every year.
Josh Bordner, do you want to tell me about him? He's pretty darn good.
Give you some nightmares back in the day?
Yeah, absolutely. I still see the.
They had a team go to the state semis that was undefeated.
Yep.
Lost a really good River Hill team. So
Coach Griner's defense was always really good.
Coach Holt.
It's a nice, safe play for their quarterback who's playing a fill-in role.
Right, their number 3 quarterback, I think. So. Pass completed there to give the number 18 was Ethan Long on that pass connection. But let's head back to Eldersburg now, where Westminster has the ball over midfield into Liberty territory. And there's Warfield. He finds some running room.
He's got the edge. Yep.
He does have the edge. That's all the way down inside the 20. Oh, make it to 10 before he gets knocked out of bounds.
Ball is run by number 10, Warfield. He's pushed out of bounds after a long run by number 40, Nico
Marcicano, it sounds like made the push out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to mark it.
hold.
It's all coming back. Never mind. Never mind. Coaches didn't believe it on the sideline, but
at the 10-yard line.
looked like they're going to, I would imagine Coach Lutz will push them back.
Yeah, I would think so.
And it depends where it was. As we know, we've talked about this before. It's a spot foul, 10 yards from the spot. So
There seems to be movement.
You heard Coach Bassler talk about it in the pregame. He doesn't feel his team's played a solid 4 quarters yet this year.
Right.
And those kind of mistakes, a hold when the guy gets loose on the edge.
yes. Now, silver lining there is it was after the first down had been made. So obviously they don't get it down inside the 20, but they've got the ball, first down.
It'll be a first down.
First down
yeah.
and 10 from there. No, first and long probably from there. So inside that, looks like right at the 30, it looks like. So Al's. Nice job by Liberty to cut that sweep out. That was Warfield and big 65, Noah Talford. I think we mentioned his name already a couple times. That's second down now and long for Westminster. Liberty hasn't beaten Westminster since 2018. They've had a couple of really close, awesome games. Last year's game went to overtime. A couple years ago was a 1 or 2 point game. But Westminster's had Liberty's number, and if you go back even further, it's a much lopsided series. It's owned by the Owls. Here's Kyrie's going up top. Incomplete, trying to get it to number 4. I think that's Isaiah Sprinkle down there in the corner of the end zone. Michael Martin on the coverage for Liberty. So a big third down coming up now. Going to keep it here as the Owls have the ball inside the 30-yard line. Looks like the 29. And like you've said all year, Coach, you got to watch Kyrese's legs here.
Yes.
And there they go. And there he goes. And he's got a first down, and he is in the end zone. Kyrese Walker, 29-yard touchdown run on 3rd and long. And that's what you got to watch out for when you're opposing defenses. So the Owls strike first with 7:27 to go in the second quarter. They lead 6-0, pending this extra point, which I believe is Josh Wagner, their kicker.
I give Liberty a lot of credit, though. That's, 7 minutes into the second quarter.
We're halfway through that, right, halfway through the second quarter. That's Walker's 13th rushing touchdown of the year. That's tops in the county. And now Wagner will try to add the PAT, which he does, I believe.
Yep.
7:27 to go. Westminster leads 7-0. All right, back to Manchester, where I believe looks like a punt formation. Gene Magan, the quarterback, is also the punter. Ooh, some good pressure there. This is Tyler Carroll, I believe, number 5.
Some room.
He's got some room down that far sideline, knocked out of bounds all the way down inside the 20-yard line. So nice job. Give number 2, Nico Baez, some credit for pressuring that punt. And Magan had a pretty good kick, and Carroll was able to get around the edge and head toward his sideline.
That'll be interesting to see if Kraus comes back out or if he's
well, you
out.
can see, if you look closely right there in the background, I think that's Caleb Kraus sitting on the sideline.
Oh, yeah, I do see
all the way
it,
across the field there. So some adversity already now for Winters Mill.
That's just horrible. That's
He's
just
getting
rough.
up. Looks like he's going to be.
It's
he's
lower
a little bit of
level,
zone
too.
power. You just hope it's not too serious. That would be a big blow for Winters Mill. So let's see. Their backup QB, number 17, I believe, is Austin Utz. He's a junior. And the first snap goes a little bit awry, and Utz got a 1 tackle, but not far enough. And give credit to Cameron Reed, number 20, for making the stop. That was pretty good sportsmanship right there. I think I saw James Herndon asking the Winters Mill coaches. I'm just going to play into that and hope that he was asking how Crouch was. I kind of like good to see that.
On the sack, 2nd down.
Ball back all the way to the 26-yard line, maybe. So it's the hands you're dealt with sometimes, right? You hope it's not serious, and for right now, it's Austin Nutz's offense. I think it would be a lot of running here, you would think. I'm not taking anything away from Austin Utz, but his first action that I can see, and we got a stoppage of play here. Let's see.
The quarterback position is so intricate, though. There's so many plays that, timing, cadence.
Right.
Yeah, I do see cadence.
You can see Crouch on the bench there. That flag was a legal substitution on Man Valley, so a mistake for the Mavs. Oh, delay a game. Oh, wait a minute now. Never mind. I thought I saw a substitution call, but instead of delay a game on Winters Mill. All right, back to South Carroll and Century. There was a safety on South Carroll, got a safety on defense, punt over the head of the Century punter, I'm being told. So a safety for the Cavs. They're up 8-0. That's a completed pass there to number 32, Ryan Campaneschi. Yep, and that looks like it's down at the 10-yard line. So South Carroll again on the move here.
Number 32.
So give the Cavaliers credit for a safety after a punt goes out of bounds, out of the end zone.
10-yard line, 1st and goal.
And 1st and goal now for the Cavs, trying to add to the lead in the second quarter. Handoff, Rodriguez tripped up. Now before he gains a couple yards, and 55 made the tackle. That's Alex Jernand.
About 3 over play, 77.
Yeah, still got a couple yards on that, so down on about the 7-yard line. And South Carroll, you mentioned it, Coach. I think people saw 0-6 and thought, oh, what a terrible year they're having. And then some of those games were against heavy hitters.
Oh, absolutely.
Early in the season. And that toughens you up.
Yeah.
There's a handoff to Rodriguez. He finds a little room, and he's near the goal line.
He's there.
I think he's in. Let's see. Is there a signal?
Put him up. Put him up. Nope. Yeah, they did
Give him a touchdown. So touchdown number 2 for Anthony Rodriguez is a 7-yard run. And the Cavs can go up 15 or maybe even 16-0 here, depending on this play. All right, Winters Mill back to their offense. 3-0 Falcons. Again, if you're just coming in, Caleb Crouch, quarterback, linebacker for Winters Mill, out with an apparent injury right now. Austin Utz is your quarterback. There's a handoff up the middle, breaking free, Paris Lee.
That's a big play.
Big play into the end zone. 25-yard touchdown run for Paris Lee. And that's what they can lean on. If one cog goes out, they have a lot of guys they can lean on to potentially overcome anybody's injury. And Paris Lee, we talked to him. We saw him have a really good game against South Carroll. And
plays so well on both sides of the football.
He does. This extra point will make it 10-0 if Cook can hit the extra point. High snap. Cook, no problem, got run into there, and there's a penalty.
Yep.
Cook's slow to get up. He's getting up, so it looks like 10-0. They'll probably take that on the kickoff. And Man Valley, not the start you want to try to hand Winters Mill their first loss of the season. All right, back to Westminster and Liberty from the Lions' Den. The Owls have the ball back on offense. Short pass completed. Nice tackle by Marsicano again. He's around the ball a lot, number 40, Nico Marsicano. The catch was made. 21, yep. Braden Troop, one of their receivers. But Marsicano's Liberty's, let me see if I have it in front of me here, Coach. Their top tackler coming into the game, 49 tackles, tied for 5th most in the county. And he's around the ball. He's one of their good linebackers.
Yeah.
And here's a straight run play from the Owls, and not much doing there. He is again, Marsicano, and that time number 60, Blake Cox. He's their top guy in sacks. He has 5 sacks this year, Blake Cox does. 3rd down now, under 5 minutes to go, and Liberty's holding their own here on defense so far against Westminster's potent offense.
Get the ball back with about 3.5, 4 minutes to go.
If they can stop them, absolutely.
Nice.
Tyrese Walker out in the flat, complete, out of bounds. Canton Rudders makes the catch out of bounds, stops the clock. It'll be a long 4th down, I think. Here's Man Valley with the ball back after Winters Mill scored the touchdown. Gene Magan's offense back on the field. Isaiah Farabee breaks through the middle. He's got room to run all the way out near midfield. That's what Man Valley needed for sure. And it'll be a 1st down now, all the way up to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, not only is Crouch valuable in offense, but he's a defensive player too. And he makes a lot of good defensive plays.
Saw Malachi Denning kind of put his hands on his helmet, and maybe makes me think he missed an assignment. And I've got fairly good eyes all the way on the other end of the bench. Is Kraus with his jersey off, his helmets, his pad and helmets and jerseys off. So I would say his night is over, and you just hope he's not.
Yeah, you just hope that it's nothing serious.
Badly, yeah. Pressure on Magan over the top, complete. Number 3, James Herndon, and he breaks away from a tackle.
Wow.
He gets into the end zone. Wow, that's just what Man Valley needed.
Definitely.
A 53-yard touchdown pass.
The one who caught the game winner last week, if I remember
Had
correctly.
2 last week. That's right. Wow, they desperately needed that after Winters Mill had put the first 10 on the board. And they needed them both last week too, Coach, to get past a really game FSK team. He had the lead in that game last week, 8-7.
Yeah, that was a great goal.
Competitive game. And this should make it 10-7 if Braden Fritz can hit the extra point, skip the snap in, but Fritz, one of the better kickers around, splits the uprights, and it's 10-7 in the 2nd quarter.
That makes your score. Winters Mill 10. Manchester Valley.
We got 3 good ones here so far. South Carroll's up on Century 8-0 at last look. I'm sorry, excuse me. 14 or 15-0. Yeah. You got 10-7 with Winters Mill and Man Valley, and you have 7-0 Westminster over Liberty.
Nice play.
Defense
had the free
all
safety
over
stunt
him.
on. That was
defense
nice.
all over
Jake
him.
was right there. Yep.
Looked like 57 too, or 50. Well, there is a 57, but I don't have a 57 on my line. You know who it is, Coach?
That's Jackson Shakur. I think.
Jackson Shakur, okay.
Number 2 is
Oh,
Jake
yeah.
Miller.
Yep. I'm going to have an old copy. I got him as 28, Jackson. I think he did change numbers a couple weeks ago. So it's 15-0 there, South Carroll over Century. And this will be a long 4th down, and you might be going for it all night if you're Century at this point.
There's confusion in the huddle.
Yeah, it looks like it. Trying to call the play in. They didn't have enough guys out there.
They're not going to get that off.
When you want the play clock to run down, sometimes it feels like it lasts for 45, 50 seconds, right?
True.
All right, they're going to go for it. If they're inside their own 35-yard line, and it's going to be a
Quick
pitch punt.
kick.
That's not a bad play. Not a bad play at all.
Nope.
And a nice kick. Good roll. Good job by Century.
Yes.
That's a good weapon there to have. JT Ferguson can plays all 3 facets of the game, so that was a good idea there by Century. All right, back to Man Valley and Winters Mill, and here we see Austin Utz again on offense as a quarterback. Hand off to nice run. Malachi Denning out past the 50, down past the 40, all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Malachi Denning with the run.
It's just they can just come at you with 3, 4, 5 different guys sometimes, it feels like anyway, running the ball.
Yeah.
Tough makes it tough for a defense. You cannot focus on one guy with
No,
Winters
you can't
Mill.
game plan.
For Winters Mill.
Right.
And every once in a while, they'll hit a pass. They'll
Yes.
pop a pass on you. We saw that a couple times. We've seen that a couple times during our Game of the Week coverage this year. So all the way inside the 35-yard line, down near the 32, is Winters Mill. There's a handoff. Nico Baez on the right side. That time, Man Valley's defense stands him up. 25, Anthony Hesselbein. He should be becoming one of your dudes. I've been calling his name a lot this year. Senior tight end, defensive lineman. We saw him with a sack, 1 or 2 sacks earlier in the year. He's got 5 on the year. He's a really good player. So, got a timeout there, I think. Might be a little rain falling there in Manchester. I see some umbrellas up there on the sideline in the Winters Mill stands.
Their third and final.
I think Winters Mill's called their 3rd timeout already in this first half. All right, back to Eldersburg, South Carroll. Here's Anthony Rodriguez again, and he's having himself quite a first half, all the way down inside the 25-yard line there. Regardless of whoever wins tonight and next week and beyond, it's just for the South Carroll program, it's got to be a nice sight to at least see guys making positive strides. 2 weeks ago, we saw the passing game kind of come around. We saw Anthony Rodriguez have a good, 100 yards rushing. Last week, they did it again against a good Liberty team. So they are moving things in the right direction after a tough start.
No doubt about it. And with a lot of youngsters. This is going to be good for their program for a couple years to come.
Roster's got 17 juniors and 5 sophomores on it that I've got listed here. So a good bit of seniors, but and even some of those guys are first time getting a lot of minutes.
Yes.
So like you said, it can only be positive things. You don't worry about the first 6 weeks. You worry about what you can do.
Yeah, this time of the year,
7,
if you're
8, 9.
peaking, that's great.
Yeah. Yep.
Coach Crumley and the guys feel like they have an opportunity to do something.
Right.
There you see Coach Sturdy there.
Is he there in the middle, or is he on the sideline?
He's in the
there?
middle there on
There's
the
Coach
side,
Crumley
yeah.
in the gray sweatshirt. Looks like it is raining a little bit still down there in Eldersburg, or at least it was. You can definitely see the dew on the grass,
Yeah, you
the
can.
precipitation on the grass. Feels in good shape, though. Looks pretty good. All right, so South Carroll, after the timeout, has it at the, we'll call it the 22-yard line, I believe, of Century. Trying to go in for yet another score. Up 15-0 right now. There's Rodriguez, who looked like a little bit of a bobbled handoff, but he kept it. And Century's defense bottled him up pretty good there on that play. All right, back to Manchester, where the Falcons have it on offense. Utz back to pass. He's going down the sideline. Herndon makes a nice play. Camden Cook was the intended receiver, and Herndon, nice defensive effort.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd be throwing the ball his way.
Pass breakup right. He's got pretty good hands, and receiver and DB. There's a pass, Caleb Evans. Oh, intercepted in the end zone. Bringing it out, number 1, Chris Gordon. Positive play for Century, all the way out past the 30-yard line. Maybe not the best pass there by Caleb Evans, and Chris Gordon stepped in front of it.
Yeah, it looked like he could have put it out there a little further for him. Yep.
Give the young man credit there.
That'll spark up Century sideline a little bit.
Yep. Trips over the chains on his way back out there. Yep. Be careful about the chains, young man. Anything like that is going to get you. It's just anything you can get, right, to get things rolling in the right direction.
You stunt your opponent and get good, get the ball back.
And it's not at the 2-3 yard line, all the way out past the 30, or at the 30. So a much needed play there for Century's defense. And let's see if the Knights can make anything happen on offense at their own 30-yard line. 1st and 10. JT Ferguson going to drop back to pass. Got a nice screen set up for Trey Helmick. And he's got room to run. Trey Helmick down the near sideline. He's gone, Coach. He's gone.
Caught him in a stunt. Yep.
Touchdown, 1 play. Touchdown Century. 70-yard touch. How about a 70-yard touchdown run for your dude, Trey Helmick?
Yeah, I like it.
I know you don't like it against South Carroll, but you like to see a good play, and that's gonna need a rest after that. He's tough.
Nice play,
He's just tough. That was a good play. Good design screen.
Definitely.
South Carroll's defense all went after Ferguson. All right, let's get back to Eldersburg. Here's Liberty trying to get, they're actually in good territory here against Westminster. Floated out to Kevin Poole. He's got it. Out of bounds, stops the clock with 1.5 minutes left in the second quarter. They're going to wind the clock. Couldn't tell if that was a first down or not, but it's definitely a completed catch. The clock is running. 2nd and short, I think I heard. I'm trying to listen to the PA announcers. Clock running, but I think that's okay when you're down here inside the 20-yard line. You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Coming up on 60 seconds. Casey Heisig showing the blitz. Chase Miller eludes pressure. Got a man wide open in the end zone. He's going to try for the corner. Incomplete. He had a guy streaking across underneath the pylons or the goalpost, but I think it was tough to see. Miller's rushing toward his side here. So
yeah, usually when you break containment in the pocket there, you look for that backside receiver coming across and
easy for us to see.
Easy for us.
Not as easy for the. But you're right. That's the play that's your safety valve right out of that back of the end zone. Westminster had it covered otherwise pretty well, and Miller threw that one out of bounds.
3rd and short.
Yep. Which, that's not a bad play call. On 2nd and short, you're going to probably go for it here on 4th down anyway.
I would think.
And Miller throws again.
Nice safe pass, first down.
Completed it.
Good hitch.
Back to Poole. That's his top target, and you got a Westminster defender slow getting up. Should be a first down for
I would think.
Liberty. I think the Knights going for 2 here, back to Century and South Carroll. What formation is this?
It's their tush push. It's their Knights push.
Knights push, but I don't think he got near the goal line. So got to go a little further than that. But they are on the board. 15-6 now, South Carroll's lead in the second quarter. The 2-point try, no good for Century. Now we got a South Carroll player down. Hope he's all right. All right, back to Liberty, who got that first down. Pass to Kevin Poole. And now they're knocking on the door here. He's got him, 17. Akinboye pushed out of bounds. No, they're going to say he was in bounds. Now that stops the clock. So that wasn't a first down. Now they do have a first down. Pardon me,
that young man's a clutch player. He's the one who caught that pass late in the game for him against Man Valley.
They've switched some numbers on us. That's right. That 17 is Tristan West.
Yeah.
He was 82. See what Liberty does here with 45 seconds to go. Miller pump fake. Miller in some trouble. Westminster snuffs it out.
You can't take a sack there.
Yeah, you
got to
can't.
throw the football away.
You can't. And you just hope that they have some timeouts. They do call a timeout here. Yeah, you got to throw that one away. All right, here we go. Man Valley, Winners Mill. Man Valley in their own end. Going to be a handoff to Farabee. He's going to get around the edge. And he's all the way up out past the 40-yard line. So a couple big plays here on both sides of the ball, running the ball. You get behind some of those big guys in Man Valley, you got a lot of room to run.
Yes, you do.
I'm always amazed when I see Cole Cero, number 78. His jersey barely goes down past his waist, but it's not. I'm not saying that negatively. He's just a big guy.
Yes. So does Liberty have 3 timeouts the way it shows?
Someone, no, I think someone. I know Liberty called one a minute ago. I'm not sure the timeouts are operating. False start. I saw it yet. Was that Casey Heisek? He did that earlier, and they didn't jump. That time he did it, and they did jump. So, again, that's not a mistake you can make when you're Liberty trying to score here. Push them back 5 yards. Those are the mistakes that would drive me crazy. I know. I'm sure Coach Luth is trying his best to keep it together on the sideline.
Yeah, he's probably freaking out a little bit right now, yeah.
You'd be calm, though. I know you'd be calm.
Yeah, I'd be real calm, yeah.
Yep. There, Heisek again. This time they get it. Miller, incomplete. Try to get it to West.
Miller's pass intended for number 17, Tristan West. Incomplete. There's a third down.
Third down. The clock stops. 31 seconds left. Still time. You could probably, depending on the timeouts, I know, you could probably run a ball. If you had a timeout left, you certainly could run the ball. See what Liberty does is they
you
see
want to
their
get
plays
points
coming.
out of
You
this
gotta get
somehow,
points.
some way, yeah.
You got a solid kicker, but I think you want the end zone here. See if Westminster's defense can hold or if Liberty can try to draw even. West in motion. Corner of the end zone.
Got
Caught. Inbounds. Touchdown. That is David Akinboye, number 14. So Liberty answers on a third down.
Flooded the sideline, flooded the end zone. Nice.
And they needed that too. 26 seconds to go in the second quarter, and Liberty's on the board. That was a nice play call from the Lions.
Absolutely. They're going to go into halftime feeling really good.
Man Valley, Winners Mill. The Mavericks have it near midfield after that run. There's a pass down the sideline. Ooh, incomplete. A little underthrown.
Baggins pass.
Trying to get it to Fritz.
Intended for Braden. Fritz. It's
I think that was
incomplete.
Tyshawn Brown on the coverage, number 6.
Second down, 10 for the Mavs.
That stops the clock, and it's second down and 10 for the Mavericks. Now back here's the extra point. Michael Martin, number 5. Liberty's kicker this year. High snap, not a problem for Martin. Been to a few of their practices. He drills them with the best of them too. So 7-7. Got a good one brewing in the Lions' den.
Yes, sir. Well, Coach Bassler said they play them tough every time.
Yep, and same here. 10-7 is your score here. Winners Mill. But the Mavericks trying to get it near midfield. Magan's going to drop back to pass. Got pressure. Ooh, ball's out. What are they going to call there?
I don't think that's incomplete.
Baggins pass is incomplete.
Sacked by number 11, Chris Schoonover. Or not sacked, but definitely a quarterback hit by Chris Schoonover, one of their good, talented linebackers. Nice play on defense from the Falcons. South Carroll Century, here we go. Trying to punt it. Oh, they blocked it. Oh, and it goes right into that. Oh, let's see. They didn't get the ball back. 55 wanted to scoop and score. And either way, Century has the ball deep in South Carroll territory. So, hey, that's why you play these games, right?
Absolutely.
You don't tell Century they're going to just roll over and lose.
That was a scoop and score. He just forgot to scoop.
He forgot to scoop. He wanted to score, forgot to
Yeah.
scoop. There's Magan again, back to throw. Winners Mill's
Pressure by
defense
Winners
pressured
Mill.
him, and
They
he's going
got
to go
him.
down.
Yeah.
And that's that defense you've been talking about, Coach. That's Paris Lee.
The play by Paris Lee.
Another sack for Paris Lee. Mavericks celebrate. And now we see back to Century and South Carroll. So the Knights here could make things interesting late in this second quarter. Ball around the 25-yard line. Ferguson
blitz.
throws for the end zone. Ooh, almost intercepted.
Picked, yep.
Angelo Marchani on the coverage for South Carroll, I believe, number 16.
Yes.
Pass intended for long.
That was for Ethan Long, number 18, and Marchani broke it up. So we're back to the 20, looks like the 26.
Just a reminder, to see highlights from tonight's game, just follow CMSportsNet content on YouTube, Facebook, and on CMSportsNet.com.
Hey, I think I just heard a nice plug for us on that. Thank you, Century.
Come to local sports, CMSportsNet has got you covered.
All right, Century trying to edge closer here to South Carroll in the second quarter. And their rivalry game here. between
Trips
the Knights
formation, looks
and
like they're trying to isolate the top.
Cavaliers. Yep, trips over here to the near side of the screen. Ferguson. Heaves one down. Oh, overworked or overcovered there.
Yeah.
And a touchdown for Century. And hold everything, right? Jake Coots with the catch. 26-yard touchdown catch. Jake Coots from JT Ferguson. And Century can cut it to one or tie it if they. Cut it to, sorry, you didn't cut it to one. It's a two-point conversion. Right,
I don't know
right.
what Century or what the safety was doing there, because that was.
I know what he wasn't doing.
Yeah, he didn't
Covering the
defend
ball.
the ball. Right.
But give Century credit. Nice pitch and catch from Ferguson to Coots, and they'll go for two here again to try to make it a one-point game. A little bit of a surprise here in the early going.
Definitely. I know there's some surprises on that South Carroll sideline.
And here we go, Ferguson, and he
get it.
is
Yep.
in. Absolutely. So a Ferguson run, and we got a one-point game. Not what you want if you're South Carroll, and everything, the momentum is all going Century's way right now.
Yeah, and I don't want to belabor the point, but I mean, you just can't make those mistakes.
You can't.
You can't let a blocked punt. That's a mistake that can't be done.
Let's go to Westminster Liberty for what I think is going to be one of the last plays of the half, if not the last play of the half. 26 seconds to go. Al's back on. There we go. Hand off to Warfield, I believe. And Marcicano again makes the tackle. So we haven't watched every play, but we've gotten a lot of Nico Marcicano here.
Yep.
And that's going to be the end of the half. And I think we've hit halftime in all three of our games. So 7-7 here at the Lions Den in Eldersburg with Liberty and Westminster rather. Not a surprise. I thought that they would compete, be a competitive game.
I thought this would be a very competitive game, definitely.
We've had a bevy of points in the first half down at Century. South Carroll 15, Century 14. And then our third game, 10-7, Winters Mill over Man Valley. The story there, though, is the loss of Caleb Kraus, Winters Mill's quarterback, linebacker extraordinaire, if you want to call him that. He's one of their big guys. Yep. We're going to go through, we've got plenty of time here to talk about what happened in the first half of these games, Coach, but early surprise.
I think the surprise would be down in Century.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I think that they came out to play. They just didn't, they're not folding it in. Right. And, it's a tight ball game. It's going to be tight.
Clean up the mistakes, too, right? So you can clean up the mistakes. We will get to some highlights and things like that, but we're going to take a quick break, get us our sponsors in there, and when we come back, plenty more Game of the Week coverage after that. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Every Wednesday at CMSportsNet, it's Game On. Tune in for a look at Carroll County sports scene, boys and girls soccer, high school football, and Carroll Link sports action. Hi, I'm Pat Stoetzer. Join me as we preview upcoming games, talk with the coaches, and bring you exclusive reports you won't see anywhere else. Plus, each week we'll unveil CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Don't miss CMSportsNet's Game On, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We've got you covered.
It's time for another exciting season of CMSportsNet's award-winning coverage, and you can be part of it. Few things bring a community together like local sports. And when you become a sponsor of CMSportsNet, you can get your business in front of thousands of viewers each week. These are loyal fans with a passion for the sport and their school, and you can be the community leader that helps celebrate our hometown heroes. Best of all, CMSportsNet's extensive coverage means there's a host of ways you can get involved. From live Game of the Week coverage,
It was easy sailing once he saw middle of the field like that, yeah?
to highlights,
DeAndre Grooms comes up with a scoop and score.
exclusive interviews,
Everybody was talking like, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week,
There must have been big expectations you guys put on yourself just because of talent.
blogs, podcasts, and more. There's an opportunity for every budget, and we can customize your package. So what are you waiting for? Get in the game. Call us today and put CMSportsNet to work for you.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Every Wednesday at CMSportsNet, it's Game On. Tune in for a look at Carroll County sports scene, boys and girls soccer, high school football, and Carroll Link sports action. Hi, I'm Pat Stoetzer. Join me as we preview upcoming games, talk with the coaches, and bring you exclusive reports you won't see anywhere else. Plus, each week we'll unveil CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week. Don't miss CMSportsNet's Game On, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We've got you covered.
It's time for another exciting season of CMSportsNet's award-winning coverage, and you can be part of it. Few things bring a community together like local sports. And when you become a sponsor of CMSportsNet, you can get your business in front of thousands of viewers each week. These are loyal fans with a passion for the sport and their school, and you can be the community leader that helps celebrate our hometown heroes. Best of all, CMSportsNet's extensive coverage means there's a host of ways you can get involved. From live Game of the Week coverage,
It was easy sailing once he saw middle of the field like that, yeah?
to highlights,
DeAndre Grooms comes up with a scoop and score.
exclusive interviews,
Everybody was talking like, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week,
There must have been big expectations you guys put on yourself just because of talent.
blogs, podcasts, and more. There's an opportunity for every budget, and we can customize your package. So what are you waiting for? Get in the game. Call us today and put CMSportsNet to work for you.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Multi-game coverage in Week 8. Halftime at Liberty, Westminster 7, the Lions 7. Halftime in Manchester Valley, Winters Mill 10, and the host Mavericks 7. And in Eldersburg, South Carroll taking on Century at halftime. South Carroll 15, Century 14. Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus back with you. We're going to get a look at some of the best plays of the first half of all three. We got three competitive games, just like you like it, Coach.
Absolutely.
We're going to have a fun second half. We had a close one last week when FSK visited Manchester Valley in Week 7, and the game of the week last week wasn't decided until the final minute. Let's take a look and see what happened down to Manchester last week. The Carroll County Athletic League's football season reached Week 7, and Manchester Valley welcomed Francis Scott Key to the northern end of the county for what turned into another competitive game between Carroll rivals. Man Valley doesn't waste much time. FSK punts on the opening drive, and the Mavericks take to the ground. Isaiah Farabee takes the handoff from Gene Magan and finds daylight for a 63-yard touchdown run. Braden Fritz kicks the PAT, and the home team leads 7-0. The Mavericks are on the move in the second quarter, but miscommunication leads to a loose ball, and Jermaine Dawson falls on it for the Eagles. Key takes over on the turnover. Man Valley back on offense, and Magan looks over the middle on this pass. But Ben Stevens steps in front and snags his 4th interception of the season. Another Eagles turnover. It's a stalemate, though, until late in the second quarter. And the Eagles get on the board when Keandre Grooms plunges into the end zone from 5 yards out. FSK goes for 2 and converts. And the visitors lead 8-7 as we reach halftime. Now it's Man Valley's turn to make a defensive play. Jordan Hughes goes up on this pass attempt from Stevens and hauls in the INT near midfield. Magan takes to the air and finds James Herndon down the far sideline for a 45-yard touchdown strike. Another Fritz point after gives the Mavericks a 14-8 lead. Again, Man Valley is in position to score as we're into the fourth quarter, and Magan throws on 3rd and 5, but FSK's Colton Feiser leaps, and it's another pick for the Eagles. Francis Scott Key faces a 4th and 3 late in the fourth quarter, and Stevens connects with Braden Haven for a 43-yard touchdown pass. Key tries for 2 again, but fails, and we're tied up 14-14. The Mavericks save their best for last. On 3rd and 10 in the final seconds, it's Magan to Herndon one more time. This one goes for 45 yards and the game-winning touchdown. Final score is Man Valley 21, Francis Scott Key 14. James Herndon grabs a pair of TD passes, and the Mavericks improve to 4-3, 3-2 in the county despite 4 turnovers. Ben Stevens has 2 interceptions on defense for the Eagles, but they fall to 1-6, 1-4 in the CCAL. Love that flip. Love that flip from James Herndon. We're going to take a look at some highlights here in a second. Just quick thoughts on the first half so far. South Carroll Century.
I think that it shows the competitive nature of what we have here in Carroll County, and I think that Century is going to fight to the end. South Carroll's coming off a big win last week, so hopefully they can keep their composure and close it out.
Winners Mill, Man Valley.
Caleb scares me. I mean, I hate to see that happen for any football player or football team, but the quarterback position is so critical. Winners Mill is going to have to overcome it, and I think their defense is going to have to stand up.
Westminster Liberty.
That's a battle.
Yeah.
That's a battle. And, I think Kyrese, I think we said it when we've covered Westminster before, I think Kyrese is going to have to take control of the game.
And do a great job so far by Nico Marsicano on that defense for Liberty.
Absolutely.
You got a team has scored 200 points over the first 7 weeks. Only 7 so far in the first half. It's been their MO the last few weeks. They've been slow get going in that first half, can pull away in the second half. We'll see what they can do against Liberty.
Eliminate the mistakes. Eliminate the penalties.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some of those top plays from the first half of all 3 games here in the multi-game coverage Week 8. Nice defensive effort there by Century to break that pass up. Gotta hand it to Century how they've handled this first half.
Yes.
But he's also played really well. That's Anthony Rodriguez, who got in twice in the first half for South Carroll.
He's a Rodriguez. He's going to play hard no matter what.
That's right. Right you are. They also took advantage of a safety there, too, and they lead
difference in the game right
now.
now.
They led 15-0 in this game. Here's Winters Mill. Coach mentioned it. No Caleb Kraus for most of this first half. But Paris Lee broke off a 25-yard touchdown run to put them up 10-0 at that point. And it's how you overcome adversity, right? You get handed some adversity. How can you respond?
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, here's how Man Valley did it. Gene Magan over the top to who else? James Herndon. Bad job of tackling there by usually sure-handed Dallas Poole, and Herndon can outrun the rest of the defense. And he goes in for a 53-yard touchdown.
Grandma Poole will be making a phone call there.
All the way down in South Carolina, right? Grandma Poole.
Yeah.
And here's JT Ferguson with a nice little screen pass to Trey Helmick.
It's a nice play call.
Yeah, you've talked about him a lot, and for good reasons. He's got speed, he's got strength, and he's got a touchdown run right there. A 70-yard touchdown after the interception return to the 30-yard line for Century. So they went for two there and got it. Oh, did not get it that time, excuse me. It was 15-6 at that point. And I believe this is going to be JT Ferguson going up top and miscommunication in the defense. And it's Jake Kuntz, 26-yard touchdown pass into the end zone for the Knights, and they get the two-point conversion there, and they trail 15-14 as we get out of that half. And here was Liberty getting on the board after Westminster had scored early. Chase Miller finds David Akinboye. You like that play call too on that third down play. He's one of their speedsters, and he gets in late in the second quarter, and Michael Martin's extra point made it 7-7.
Yeah, you saw Tristan West in motion there. He went right to the pylon, and then they had the deep receiver at the end. It was a nice play call, nice play design.
So now we've seen some of the top plays from the first half. We're going to get into the second half here shortly. Keys to the game, and we'll do the same thing. South Carroll Century. If you're Century, keep doing what you've been doing for the last second quarter.
Yeah, they got to feel good about themselves right now. I mean, they're in the football game, and just eliminate mistakes, eliminate turnovers. And if you're South Carroll, you got to be dominant. You got to take control of the football game.
You scored early. You went up 2 scores, 15-0, and now Century's kind of absorbed those body blows and punched back.
Yes.
Quickly, Winters Mill, Man Valley. I know Winters Mill is going to be just kind of taking over for Caleb Crouch.
If I'm Winters Mill at halftime, I'm counting on my defense.
Right.
I'm saying, look, you guys got to take control of this football game right now. You got to make the plays and get us the football back a couple more times and give our chances. So.
Same thing there. 10-0 Winters Mill early, and then Man Valley scores late there, make it 10-7. So hopefully they pick up if you're Man Valley, pick up where you left off in the second quarter.
Competitive nature of the teams. Yep.
And then Westminster Liberty, like you said, it's been a battle so far. It's been a bit of a rock fight.
That game's going to go down to the end. You watch it.
Last possession.
Yeah.
It has the last couple of years for sure. All right, we're going to get back into the second half kickoffs here. We got 3 good ones here in Week 8. Our multi-coverage game of the week continues, and we start in Eldersburg.
And this first series for Liberty on defense will be big.
It's pretty big, yeah. And that's Isaiah Sprinkle. We've seen him. We saw him break off a 90-plus yard kickoff return earlier in the year. And Sprinkle is going to get it out past the 20, and now we'll have kickoff Winters Mill kicking off to the host, Manchester Valley Mavericks. That's Camden Cook putting his leg into it. Herndon will return it. He gets around the first wave, and he's out past. Well, he stays in bounds. Whistle blew.
I was going to say.
Yeah, I think he stepped out around back about the 30. Nice run back, though, for Herndon.
Excellent run back.
Yep. I know he wanted to try to find that end zone. I thought he had stepped out there, too. And then here we go now. So Century gets the ball to start the third quarter. So momentum is definitely on Century's side here.
Definitely.
Not a bad run back, past the 30, yeah. So all 3 are underway now in the second half. Second half, third quarter action. There's Westminster trying to get something going, and Warfield gets it out to about the 20, 30-yard line, I should say.
There's our linebacker
Marsicano again helping him up.
Yep.
He's going to have a very well-deserved rest tonight after this game.
Yeah, he's going to feel it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, he's been everywhere for them on defense for sure. These games they have a different feel now, right? When you see Week 8, Week 9, Week 10 is playoffs now, it's just something feels different about them every year. Tyrese Walker and the Owls know about it. They've been in the state quarterfinals last 2 years. And there's Walker getting up past the first wave. Helmet comes off, I think.
Walker keeps the ball. He's met by the line
Gimping off.
Yeah, a little
Warfield.
bit. That's Warfield, yeah, a little twisted ankle. Now, helmet comes off. Do you have to come off for a play?
Yes, in high school, yes.
Tyrese comes off on 3rd down, too.
Boy, I give a lot of credit to Liberty's defensive coordinator. He's had a great game plan on shutting Tyrese down. We talked about it in the beginning of the year. If you contain him, you can contain their offense.
Rory O'Connor is the backup quarterback, a sophomore, number 12. He's going to come in for this one play, I believe. I think that's him back there. Tyrese just lost his helmet, so by rule he has to come off for a play. He's off, yeah. This is going to be a handoff here. Oh, O'Connell's going to keep it. Well, how about that? Rory O'Connell.
Good confidence
First
on
play
his part.
he touched. That's a first down all the way up near midfield.
Thanks, sir.
And here's Man Valley and Winters Mill. Man Valley at about the 49-yard line. Running play, slip, and defensive play there. Farabee dropped by number 71, Victor Tejada, one of their top defenders as well. He's got a handful of sacks this year. He leads them with 5 sacks. That's a 4th down, so a big stop there by that defense that you've been talking about, and rightfully so, Coach. 4th and about 5, and they'll punt it away. Or at least they'll line up to punt it away.
No mistakes here. Stay off the punter. There you go.
Magan, good kick. Oh, it gets a Man Valley bounce. Oh, all the way down to the 5.
And we're going to get a
penalty,
flag.
maybe even a hold on Winters Mill.
Yep.
Won't kill you too much, but it's half the distance. You'll be all the way back inside the 5-yard line.
No, but
if
with
it
a
is on
second-level
Winters Mill.
quarterback, he's thinking about where he's at on the field. So
Right.
exchanges are important.
Back to Eldersburg. Westminster's ball first in this quarter. Bobbled the snap, but the Warfield's back in there. Flag flies in. Flags are pink tonight.
I see that,
For
yeah.
Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Nice touch. That's going to be a hold on Westminster. Early second half, trying to get things settled back down again, right? So it's like the penalty there. They're blocking the back, so yeah, it pushes them back inside the 5-yard line. Long way to go to the end zone if you're Winters Mill.
Against Winters Mill. First down, Falcons.
Down to the 3. Back to the 3. And I don't see Crouch back there, so it's still Austin Nuts, I believe. I would say Crouch is done when he took off his T-shirt and helmet and pads. Again, you got that bad feeling in your stomach. You just hope it's not anything too serious.
What do you hope?
There's a handoff to Paris Lee. Just try to get out of the shadow of the end zone. Up past the 5. Goes Lee.
Paris Lee up the middle. Tackle made in the play by Justin Gambrell.
Gambrell on the stop for Man Valley, rather.
Second down, 7.
For this drive for the Falcons, I mean, obviously anything out of the end zone is great, but with the quarterback, inexperienced guy in terms of varsity time this year, just a couple first downs would
Run the ball. Run the ball. Yeah. If you don't get the first down, you have Camden Cook. See? That ball. Throw it away.
Can he get out of the end zone? Can he get out of the end zone? He does get out of the end zone. Ooh, takes a shot. He got back to the.
He did.
Got back to the line of scrimmage. That was the danger zone right there.
Yeah.
I think they're telling him, throw it away, young man.
It wasn't a bad snap. I think he just took his eye off of it. Again, you think about where you are on the field, and for that short second, you take a glance, look somewhere else.
Here we go back to South Carroll and Century.
So they have a
40-yard line,
7.
third, and we'll call it 3rd and a long there. Third quarter, South Carroll up by 1, 15-14. Fakes the handoff, Ferguson pops a screen, Trey Helmick catches it, and let's see, is it enough for a first down? Nope, 4th down. So should be 4th and short though for Century, and I would say
play by
they're
Hamper
going
there.
for it. Yep, Landon Hamper with the tackle. Helmick has some holiday greetings for him as he goes back to the huddle.
35-yard line.
CMSportsNet Game of the Week multi-game coverage for you in Week 8. From Eldersburg, from Manchester, and from Eldersburg again, not too far down the road, Century and Liberty. So it's 4th down, they're going for it.
Helmick out on the edge. You might see Ferguson keeping it in his hands here.
Could be an option run, Helmick in motion, you got it. Ferguson behind one of his guys.
All right,
South Carroll grabs some cloth.
Nice
That's
job.
Shakur.
That's Shakur, yeah.
They only needed to get a couple. Now the offense has come back on the field for South Carroll, but let's see.
It's close.
Century's saying they got it. South Carroll's offense says, hold up. Let's see. Gotta measure it.
Yeah, I'm asking for a measurement there. If I'm Coach Ferg, I want to be sure.
Yeah, sure. We'll come back to that in a second. Back to Eldersburg, where the Lions have the ball now on offense. Oh, no, pardon me. It's Westminster on offense. My bad. I was looking the wrong way. Shake off the jitters here and start the third quarter for me. And that's Kyrese Walker with the carry. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be fourth down for the Owls.
Liberty has done a great job.
They've done a really good job. Hope you're enjoying yourselves watching the Carroll County High School football. I know I've gotten some messages. I got some viewers in Western Pennsylvania tonight, all the way out in Beaver, Pennsylvania, watching the game tonight. Hopefully Grandma Poole down in South Carolina as well.
I'm sure.
Here goes Kyrese Walker up top.
Oh,
incomplete. I almost intercepted. Incomplete. Kevin Poole on the stop. Puts his sword back in his holster. And again, you gotta take your hat off to Liberty's defense.
Oh, I'm definitely feeling good about the way they're playing.
Did not get it.
Did not get it.
You see,
Gennaro.
51, Gennaro Marchani, just to make sure that you didn't get it.
Everybody sees it.
So.
Yep.
Good job by South Carroll's defense there.
Shakur grabbing cloth. Yep.
He grabbed cloth. Actually, if he didn't grab that cloth, that was a first down.
Yep.
So here we go. Winters Mill on offense. Oh, they got the ball out past the danger zone anyway. Here's Malachi Denning, number 12. He gets an edge around there. He's out to midfield. Wow, nice job. They do a good job on those end runs.
Pat, he's another strong runner, man.
Yes, he is.
He runs a little high for me, but he runs high. He runs hard.
He's a senior.
There's a flag.
There's a flag, and
On the
that
field.
might be coming back. So just there at midfield, I couldn't see who it was, but I saw a young man in a sweatshirt on crutches with his foot wrapped up. Couldn't tell whether it was Caleb Kraus, but I'm just trying to see what I can see on the sideline there to give you guys as updated information as I can. Also, want to let you know that FSK hosting South Hagerstown tonight. It was 8-7 at one point FSK, but South Hagerstown has since gone ahead. They are up now 27-8 in the third quarter. So South Hagerstown with a comfortable lead over FSK. So offsetting penalties, replay the down there for Winters Mill. Otherwise, it was a pretty good run going for naught by Malachi Denning. Keandre Grooms had the rushing touchdown, and Colton Feister ran it in for 2 points for FSK, thanks to Hunter Burkauer, one of FSK's correspondents covering the game tonight up in Uniontown. There's a handoff to, I think it's Paris Lee.
Got a couple back.
Hasselbein, number 25, and company, and that was Paris Lee. A couple of good defenses in this game between Man Valley and Winters Mill. We've seen them both a couple times. And
Baez with the carry.
We've seen Man Valley's defense be challenged, and they've stood up to the challenge. So,
yeah, they had a challenge last week too against FSK.
Yes.
Trailing at halftime and tied late in the game, 14-all. So
played well against Liberty.
Yep. Yeah, it came down to the final minute there too.
Yep.
High snap, Utz gets it. Handoff up the middle. That's Nico Baez. Oh, no, is it Lee? Yeah, Paris Lee again. Crew Boog in there, number 52. One of Man Valley's big guys up front.
Crew Boog with the stop. Maverick fans.
Third down in Man Valley. Let's go back to another third down. Third down, Liberty on offense against Westminster. Right at the stripe. Chase Miller going up top. Tried to get it to Akinboye, incomplete. Nice coverage there by Westminster on that play. Number 9. That's big Clayton Dorsey, one of their dudes.
Yeah.
Good receiver, good defensive player. Second in the county coming into tonight in receiving catches, 21. 393 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. That's the most in the county. He's averaging more than 18 yards a catch coming into the game. So Liberty, 4th down, looks like they're gonna go for it right around midfield, the 49-yard line.
Yeah, they're punting.
Oh, no, they are gonna punt. Never mind.
Playing the field position. Yep.
Probably a smart idea. Oh, the fair catch was called for.
It was a real smart
Bobbled,
idea.
but good job by Westminster to come. That's Clayton Dorsey again, I think. So mistakes.
Yeah.
Mistakes. That didn't wind up hurting Westminster too bad, but you gotta make the least amount of them here down the stretch if you want to try to win the game. Looks like 3rd down here now for Winters Mill. They've had the ball here for a long time on this drive.
This started inside their 5 after
It's the same drive, yeah, I believe it is.
Paris
There
Lee.
you go. Simple run to Paris Lee. He's got room to go all the way inside Man Valley territory, and that's what you can do. That just kills you on defense.
Yes.
And if you're Winters Mill, you got to go to the well as much as you can there.
Yeah, that for Manchester Valley's defense, that's a chin dropper because
Yes,
they had a
chin
chance
dropper.
they had a chance to get him off the field and get the ball back, and they didn't.
Yeah.
They were able to get the first down.
Or at least get a 4th and short there. But yeah, you're right. Now it's a 1st down inside the 45-yard line, down to the 43-yard line of Man Valley. We're glad you're with us here for multi-game coverage. Week 8. Next week, we will be at Westminster High School for Winters Mill Westminster Week 9. We'll have more information about that in the coming days. Should be a good one. Here's Malachi Denning. We got 3 good ones here tonight. Malachi Denning gets a yard or 2 there on 1st down. And it's the 3rd quarter, Coach, and I know there's probably a lot of time left here. Clock management's still a big deal because of the injury to Caleb Kraus, and what can you do on offense? You're hampered a bit. You can keep the ball and run it as much as you can.
Oh!
Over the middle, Caleb Evans. Bad decision there by Evans. An interception for Century.
Inside the red zone.
Dylan Metz, number 30. Now wait, is there a flag? I see some guys holding their heads. What do we got here? The defense is staying on the field. Oh, never mind. Yep, so turnover there by Century.
Whoa,
easy
and
boys.
the manager wakes
Easy
up.
boys. Don't celebrate too much. You got an injured player trying to celebrate.
Really?
That was 22. That's Dom D'Amico. That's one of their top guys. If I'm reading the jersey right, I don't want to speculate, but don't get hurt anymore, young man.
Yeah, really.
All right, Winters Mill back on offense at Man Valley. Nice job. Nice misdirection there. But when Man Valley's defense did a pretty good job. That was a nice play. Paris Lee's still moving, by the way. The longer the game goes and the longer Winters. We were talking about clock management before that play. That's right. It's early still, but it's got to do you wonders for offense when you're an a guy like Austin Utz, who hasn't done this a lot yet, to hold the ball, to keep moving the chains, and like you said, make the chins drop on Man Valley.
Well, and I think this is a a big confidence boost for Winters Mill. With a 2nd-level quarterback in there for Caleb, and they're able to move the ball out of the shadow of their end zone.
Oh yeah, now they're in Man Valley territory.
Yeah.
But facing a 3rd down play here from about the 40. Toss, good block. Well, Paris Lee got back to the 3rd, maybe down to about the 36, but no, at their 35, they're going to spot him, so a gain of 5. It's going to be 4th down, 4th and about 3.
It's 4th down.
This might be just a little out of
Cook's reach. I think
yeah.
you're right. You're talking about a
they're going to go for
50-couple-yard field goal. Yeah, you got to go for it here, or punt. You're running the ball pretty effectively. I say you go for it.
Here, yeah.
I see Paris Lee is already. That's Baez. Can't tell who's only got them both back there. It's going to go to Denning, I would think. He likes his strong running. Yep. Pitch. Can he get around the outside?
Nope.
He does not.
Nope.
Good job by Man Valley's defense. Paris Lee, no gain. Denning, no gain. Cameron Reed makes a stop, and I know you love defense. There's been a nice couple defensive plays in all 3 of these games.
Yes, there has.
All right, Westminster back on offense, but deep in their own end. That looks like a false start.
Oh, he said he
didn't call it.
Himself, yeah.
And safety.
Safety.
Wow.
Whoa.
So Liberty takes the lead on a sack in the end zone. Give that one to 34. I think that's Carter Hendricks.
I think he got hands on him, and then Kyrie just lost his balance. Wow.
It's going to be 9-7 Liberty, and they're going to get the ball back.
Good field position, most
from a
likely,
free kick. So you have two safeties on your card today?
No,
A safety
I
in the
did
one
not.
game and a safety in this one.
No, I did not.
Liberty has a 9-7 lead. Farabee gets away from one guy, but not the rest. Paris Lee and Tyler Carroll, number 5, with some authority there.
Farabee with the run.
That was the
Lee with the stop.
Yep. Second and long. Going to be second and long.
Down 9.
So Wintersville's defense trying to show some aggression there. Again, this one's 10-7 Winners Mill, third quarter. Magan hands off. Oof.
Nice play.
Jacob Reedston, that was Kingston Canby. So we hadn't seen him for a while. He's back now, but good defensive play there to bottle him up.
Yep.
All right.
Man Valley in third and long.
This should be Wagner kicking off the tee. You can punt it or kick it off the tee, correct?
You have the option, yes.
Free kick from the 20. And this should be good field position if you're Liberty. Just try to squib it. Popped up in the air. Did go off a Liberty player. Akinboye gets his hands on it. Oh, nice tackle by number 7. Oh, and they're going to throw a flag on that. Wow, I didn't know about that. I guess slam, maybe the slam did it.
I don't think there was an intent there.
Cooper Whitcomb makes the tackle, and they're going to get, I think they're going to get called for a personal foul.
Yep.
That'll give them 15 more. Coach, we're here, and we're not even anywhere near Owensburg, but we're watching this game. And I'm not going to second guess, but I wonder, did Westminster maybe look past these guys a little bit because they know how big next week's game is?
Well, I mentioned that to you earlier. You hope that that's not the case because Westminster's a very well coached team.
Absolutely.
Coach Bassler, I'm sure preached all week not to look past it. But again, we've said it many, 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 many times. They're 15 and 16-year-old kids. It happens.
100%.
So.
I mean, I think we're seeing that. We're seeing a little bit of that, not looking past, but the fact that you can tell these guys everything all week, and we're seeing 15, 16, 17-year-old kids competing.
Well, I think
against each other.
Falls into play with what happened with Liberty last week.
Yeah.
Magan
gets away from Paris Lee, and he's going to pick up a first down. Lee had him in the backfield, but a little bit of a slip on the potential slick grass benefits Man Valley. All right, 1st and 10 now for Liberty. Miller going up top. Receiver fell down. Yeah, he fell down. 2 receivers and 2 defenders in the area.
Same play.
Same play, yeah. Same play. Looked like Landon Beidel was one of those receivers. There's a nice run there. And here's Kingston Canby. This is the first, we haven't seen every play. This is the first we've seen him tonight. And he's making some moves here. Nice play by Canby.
Is he one of the ones coming back from injury?
He was, yeah. We didn't see him play last week. They've had guys banged up. Nothing like a fresh set of legs in the backfield.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes a big difference.
All right, Liberty, 2nd and 10 in Westminster territory following that penalty on the free kick tackle. Miller pressured, rolls to the far sideline, going to use his legs and get some positive yards. Nice job by Miller to use his legs. First down, Lions. Liberty's impressed me tonight, Coach.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm thinking maybe offensively they're thinking about running the clock, get into that 4th quarter with the ball still being up.
And you like what Liberty's defensive coordinator and coaching staff has drawn up tonight against Westminster.
Absolutely. They've controlled Kyrie's.
I agree.
And that's not an easy task.
No, it's not. No, it is not. One of the top guys in the region. There's Kevin Kern, number 44 for Liberty, a sophomore, 5'10", 190 pounds, running back. Again, they've been without Seth Jacobs, their top-notch running back for several weeks this year, not in there tonight, and holding their own against Westminster's defense. Back to South Carroll Century. Here's A.J. Rodriguez, and he finds some room to run. He's tough to bring down all the way down inside the, looks to be inside the 10. Yeah, so it should be a 1st and goal for South Carroll as they try desperately to extend the lead here. I said A.J. Rodriguez again, didn't I?
You did.
I did. You got to call me on that, Coach.
That's all right. I was marking it down.
Mark it down. Throw the water bottle at me next time. Don't hit me. Just throw it near me. Anthony Rodriguez. I apologize to all Rodriguezes. Hey, Rodriguez. I'll just call him Rodriguez.
Wouldn't be the last time. Won't be the first time.
1st and goal, South Carroll. Hey, it's Anthony Rodriguez. And tackle for loss.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we still have to remember he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, 10th grader. And they lose Manny. He goes down with a knee injury. You said he's had his surgery last week or this week?
This Wednesday.
So, unfortunately, it'll probably cost him his wrestling season, but you hope he come back healthy and headstrong in his senior year.
Yeah. Mama Rodriguez says he'll be in the weight room before we know it.
I'm sure he will be. It's a good lineage of athletes in that family for sure.
Double tight.
Back to him again. Century they close that gap quickly. I see Dylan Metz 30. I see 55 in there. And big 62. Give him credit. Chidima Iziogo. I think I said that right.
All right. Better you than me.
So here we go. Man Valley attempting a field goal as we're into the 4th quarter now. And it's a little bit of a long one here. Looking at trying to tie the score. 30. Braden Fritz. No good. Close, but no good. That would have tied the score at 10-10. Instead, Wintersville will get it at the 20. It went past line of scrimmage, correct?
Yes.
Anything that goes past line of scrimmage, if it doesn't get touched, goes to the 10. So here's Westminster again in their own end. And then we got Kyrese using his legs. And he comes around the near side.
He might be gone.
Whoa, have they not caught him out of bounds? 20, 10, touchdown. Is it going to stand?
Liberty fans.
But I heard someone yelling for a hold, but it was not called.
Yep.
And Walker went off. I mean, couldn't see exactly where the line of scrimmage was. That's a long touchdown.
Yep.
80 yards, maybe 85 yards. Kyrese Walker. Talking to Coach Bazzer on the sideline there, but just what Westminster needed in that. Liberty had all the momentum.
Yep.
All right, South Carroll stopped and going to try for a field goal here, I believe. Right at the 30, so you're talking about a 40-yarder for Cannon Hunter. We saw him hit one 2 weeks ago.
He's at the 20.
Oh, the 20, it's a 30-yarder. Yep. Good thing you're here.
Yeah.
Hunter's kick is long. Off the upright. Off the upright, and it remains a 1-point game.
Look at Century sideline. They're going crazy. Coach Berg liked it.
Yep. A single doink. Now the extra point.
Momentum.
Looks like it's good. Yeah, absolutely right. So 14-9.
Yeah,
14-9, 3rd quarter. Westminster has the lead. Still 10-7. We're into the 4th quarter now. Here's Winters Mill. Malachi Denning. Finds some room. Malachi Denning out past midfield. Into Man Valley territory, inside the 40-yard line. Malachi Denning has been the star in the backfield tonight for Winters Mill.
Touchdown saving tackle made by James Herndon.
Yeah, so it's around the knee. Just saying, I think we see Caleb Kraus there on the sideline, still watching his team play. Unfortunately, on crutches there on the sideline.
Where's the telestrator?
That's next year, Coach. That's next year. Well, we're watching what's going on between the lines here, too. Winters Mill has moved the ball into Man Valley territory, down to the 35-yard line of the Mavericks. And clock again becomes, ball control again becomes key. Nice job by Hesselbein. Anthony Hesselbein, 25. Paris Lee tried to get something going. He lost a couple yards there. Hesselbein's been a good player for them.
It's a 2-yard loss.
2-yard loss, yep.
Down 12.
I like the way he plays, number 25. Now this is allowed right during the game. If it's you're on offense, you can switch out the ball based on the wetness of the ball, whatever it might be. Yep. So it's definitely, it's hard to tell if it's raining or not, but it certainly is definitely.
I think this is where they missed Caleb a good bit too,
though,
with the defensive end. What was his name? 25?
Hesselbein.
Hesselbein. Yeah, he's really coming down inside.
Yep.
Caleb pulls that ball and
there's a good run by
nice
Paris
run,
Lee. Yeah, there is some light drizzle coming down apparently at Man Valley, so it could be a factor. Your footing, the kicks, all kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens here in the last part of this fourth quarter. But a nice run by Paris Lee, and it sounds like it's going to be fourth down there coming up. We'll get back to them in a minute. Under 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Westminster back on top, 14-9 over Liberty. Gets out on the ground, pops right up to the Lions. That's Kevin Kern bouncing off one man. And that's a running back taking it back toward midfield. So good job by, just inside the 50. So Kevin Kern, nice job. That's what Liberty wanted out of that run back. Going to start in Westminster territory.
Now Westminster doesn't need to go for it all right here.
Correct. Or Liberty, you mean?
I mean Liberty.
Yeah, I mean, they're still, obviously, third quarter, they're still in the game for sure.
Haven't seen that jet sweep yet this year.
No, not this week. And we saw it way earlier in the season. We saw Akinboye, 14 score against Man Valley. They ran a sweep earlier, and it wasn't a full jet, but it was definitely it was on the far side of the field in the first quarter. But now we got a timeout. Let's see, making sure you got to change the football. Yeah. Each team gets its own ball to play with on offense. Oh no, we need a trainer. I think that might be it. On the trainer over from the Westminster side, over to the Liberty side of the field. Anyway, we're going to start right at the 50, I believe, right on the stripe, right off the stripe anyway, 50-yard line. Liberty starts on offense, and you're right, Coach, don't need it all, but still a pretty big drive.
There's your jump.
Yeah, there it is. And Kevin Poole gets around. Josh Sear Donald tosses him out of bounds, but not before about 7 or 8 yards. Yep. It's going to be that time of the game. It's going to be tense. So Man Valley, Utz slips. Denning near the 5-yard line, and the Falcons on the move again. So yeah, you're saying not having Kraus in there lets Hesselbein kind of prey on those,
the inside
those gaps.
Yeah.
But not before.
On that read, I think that Kraus is more seasoned, had more opportunities, more reps, and he might be able to take advantage of that. But,
right. I think I heard first down, so that should be first and goal for Winners Mill, and you just want to take your time here, right, if you're the Falcons.
Absolutely. Fourth
quarter, 3-point lead right now for Winners Mill, looking to make it 9 if they can get in the end zone. Back to Denning. Hesselbein jumps in front. Also, I think that's Nick Lopredo, number 33, who helped out. Yeah, Hesselbein's I just think he's been really good for them in the middle of that defense. All right, South Carroll Central, 1-point lead for the Cavaliers. Fourth quarter, Caleb Evans over the middle, caught. And let's see, he stays in bounds. Touchdown, South Carroll.
Nice.
Braden Yeager. And that helps the Cavaliers' cause for sure.
Nice delivery by Caleb.
It was. Nice crossing pass.
Yep.
He takes it into the end zone for a Cavaliers touchdown.
And certainly not over yet, but that's a nice score there, a nice answer from South Carroll after struggling a little bit there in that third quarter.
Well, a good answer after hitting the goalpost.
Sure, yeah, that's true, yeah. All right, second and goal now. Toss to Denning, and I think he's in. Is he in? He is not in, down to the 1. Well, that hole closed quick. I thought he had it. Should be third down. I'm going to put out down to 2, it looks like. Lopredo with the stop, I heard. Third down. I'm not Coach Miller, but I would think that's 2 down territory to score a touchdown there. With a 3-point lead, I guess you have Cook, though. I mean, anyway, we'll find out. Miller, the pass is caught. Tristan West gets away, and he's down near the 10. Big play from Liberty. All right, let's see. 3rd down now. 10-7 Winners Mill. Trying to extend their lead. It's Denning.
He didn't get it.
I don't think so. I think he got no gain. All right, now you're the coach. You're up by 3 and you got a good kicker. What do you do here?
Oh,
You've been playing good defense.
I'm taking the 3 points.
Okay.
I'm taking the 3 points, yep.
No gain. 4th down. Would you take the points?
Now, my sons would tell you I probably wouldn't, but I would, yes.
Your sons would tell me you're lying right now on TV.
They would. Yes, they would.
Well, the offense is on the field.
But my defense has been playing outstanding all year, this game.
And if you don't get it, they got to go 90.
They got to go 90-some yards.
To score a touchdown, but I mean, they got to go a long way to get any kind of scoring range. Letting the clock run all the way down, I'm going to assume they're going to call a timeout here. Yep. Probably a smart idea for Coach Miller.
Sure.
Timeout on the field. Winters Mill.
Winters Mill calls that timeout, and so let's see. Okay, that's right. He didn't score. He was just down there close.
Right.
So early 4th quarter, we got a good one here in Eldersburg at the Lions Den. Westminster 14, Liberty 9, but the Lions knocking on the door in the Ravens Rise showdown game of the week. Miller caught. Michael Martin stepped out, but he's in at about the 2.
Great job on his part of holding on to the football, though.
Close to being.
There you go. Winners Mill is going to go for it.
They are going to go for it. Denning did not get it.
Winners Mill.
Oh, wait a minute.
Saying
51
yes.
saying he thought he got in. Let's see. They're going to talk about it.
Yeah, guy in the striped shirt's the one that's going to call it, not 51. Let's see.
See Jordan Hughes coming out of the pile.
He
No
got
signal
stopped.
yet. Yep, he got stopped. At about the goal line, it looks like. Pretty big stand there by Man Valley. Now you say I would have taken the 3 points.
Well, yeah. I guess the thing that you have to consider there is momentum. They stop him, you know. That should be a touchdown. So,
Nope.
it's close.
First down. 1st and goal, though, it looks like.
We should have down for the Lions. It'll be first and
Yeah, I mean, it's
goal.
1st and goal inside the 3 or 2, it looks like. So they're in good shape. Clock running. They're going to get in close again. I think Miller just pushes forward and touchdown Liberty. Maybe a 2-yard run there for Chase Miller. They've got the lead.
They're going to go for 1.
Yeah, they're bringing him back out there.
You go for 2 here.
Yep. All right, 22-14, South Carroll with the lead. 4th quarter over Century.
Century driving at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's right.
Looks like it's 1st and 10.
Mm-hmm. Might be, right at the 30. You're right, Coach. Man in motion, Ferguson going to keep it. And that gap closed pretty quick. He got a couple yards, maybe 1 actually. Nice job by South Carroll's defense there on that play. All right, here's Liberty going for 2. It's a pass, and it's
Nice
caught.
play fake. Nice.
Tristan West. Chase Miller to Tristan West for the pass.
That's a big 2 points.
Sure is. A lot of time left. 17-14 Liberty. It's a good one.
Yeah, you go back to Coach Bassler talking to Kyrie. He might be telling him this game's not over.
Yeah, I think you're right. Good run, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. All right, Century rather, back with the ball, moved it a little bit further down inside the 30. There's a handoff to Helmet. Oh, it's a fake. Up the middle, faked me out. That's JT Ferguson.
The backers actually showed double-A gap blitz there and then backed out, but didn't fill their gaps. Nice play by the quarterback.
Yep, JT Ferguson. And again, we got a couple backup quarterbacks tonight trying to show out. It's only an 8-point game. First down, Century. Ferguson in the backfield. Looks like Helmick split out as a receiver. You're going to bring him in motion. High snap. Ferguson keeps right up the middle. Found a hole. 5 or 6 yards on first down. Nice run. It's not necessarily a wing T, but it's certainly a lot of run option, run play option offense. Ferguson getting the play all the way across the sideline. Taking his time coming in.
Yeah. JV football players to the track.
All right, so there's 1 minute to go in this game, so a fast-moving game here too. Winners Mill, Man Valley. Man Valley has the ball back. Malachi Denning found some room to run. Big first down. Stops the clock momentarily, but with only a minute or so left, this is a huge set of plays here for Winners Mill.
Yeah, Man Valley's going to have to use their timeouts.
Try to ice the game, so Man Valley must not have been able to move the ball out of the end zone, out of their own end zone there, and give it back to Winners Mill. And the Falcons trying to ice the game and escape with a 10-7 win. But there's still some game left here. They take their time, right? If you're Winners Mill, take your time on offense.
Well, you wait till the ref on the sideline gives the 10-second call.
Yeah, it looks like they're in victory formation, Coach.
Yep. You can't do that.
Lopreto's just trying to play something, but you see the Winners Mill silent doesn't want it.
Told you at halftime they wanted their defense to win this football game, and they did.
Looks like they did. So victory formation looks like Winners Mill will hold on and win the game and improve to 8-0.
Wow.
All right, closing minutes here of this game. Century, JT Ferguson looking to throw it. Ooh, had a couple guys open.
Had a couple guys open.
And was that fourth down? Was that fourth down? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like they're coming off the field. He had a couple guys open in the end zone.
Yep.
Ferguson just couldn't quite get it. Had pressure on him too. Looks like South Carroll's going to take over, and there's a flag there thrown. Somebody might have said something, but that might be it for them too in terms of time running out. But if that's the case, South Carroll is about to pick up their second win in as many weeks.
That'd be awesome for them.
And
they'll be on a streak.
They'll be on a win streak.
Be on a win streak.
Sportsmanlike on Century, yeah. So just some frustration there at the end. South Carroll hosts Francis Scott Key next week in Week 9 at Parker Field for the regular season finale. And then it'll be on to the 2A, or the playoffs, I should say. Everybody makes the playoffs.
Yep.
And we can talk more about that next week, too, in terms of who's jockeying for position. And Coach and I were looking it over before we came on the air tonight. Just everybody's in, so it's not about you got to win this game and get those points to get a victory. Everybody gets in, but now it's about who you're going to play in that first round. You know, only 7 teams in Winners Mill's region, so they're going to get a first-round bye if they're the top seed. And it looks like that's going to be the last couple kneel downs for Winners Mill. Another close game.
Competitive, yep.
Man Valley holds on and wins 10-7 to improve to 8-0. Did it without their standout quarterback, Caleb Crouch. We hope he's okay, but the Maverick, Winners Mill gets the win and improves to 8-0. And you know, again, we won't know what happens with Caleb Crouch, coach, until it's over. But hope he's okay and he can compete the rest of the way. But there you see the handshakes between the victorious Winners Mill Falcons and Man Valley Mavericks. tough defensive struggle. Two good defensive teams.
Two good, very good defensive.
Yeah, your county's top defense holds the opposition to 7 points. So 2 or 3 games. I believe South Carroll's is going to be over here shortly too. Maybe they had to run a few more plays in the final minutes, but this one definitely is there. Let's go back to Liberty now. 9.5 left in this one. Liberty holding a 3-point lead. Kraus Walker looks to throw. Now he's going to try to run. And he does so. Gets around the edge. Out of bounds. That looked like maybe he got into Liberty territory.
Out to the right. Gets enough for the first down. They're going to move the chains.
I talked to you last week about a spy. I think that I'd have Malachi or number 40. I'd have him spying.
Oh, Marcicano, yeah.
Yeah, Marcicano have him.
Yep.
Spying Kraus wherever he goes.
Yeah. And right inside Liberty territory. I know Coach Bowser's looking for a touchdown. No field goal
I'm
to
not
try
sure
to
he wants the field goal.
extend it. But a lot of time left in this game. 9 minutes. It has not been easy for either team, but Westminster's offense, there's a catch made. And a good job by Liberty's defense to keep him from getting any more yards after the catch.
Got to give Coach Luth and his staff a lot of credit, man. 100%. He had the guys ready to play tonight.
100%. Marcicano and Kyle Ash combined on that tackle. Quick check-in from FSK. Jermaine Dawson had a touchdown run and a 2-point conversion was completed. So they trail 27-16 against South Hagerstown at last glimpse. There's Kraus Walker again, going to try to get around to his side, does so. And down at about the 40-yard line. And Marcicano running him out of bounds.
Yep.
I think you called it, Coach. Ash and Marcicano spying him. 3rd down coming up for Westminster.
Remember when Liberty had Tommy Nelson, we had A.J. Rodriguez just spy him wherever he went.
And that was no easy task.
No.
No easy task either. He
Not
was
at all.
what he didn't have in super height, he made up for in strength and speed. He was fun to
Yes,
watch.
he was.
He was a fun football player to watch. Big 3rd down here. 8.5 to go, 4th quarter. Handoff Warfield. A nice run on 3rd down. Like Marcicano and West and Kyle Ash, number 2. So I think it's 4th down.
35-yard line.
Yep, looks like about the 35, 34, yeah, 35. I think it's 4th down. Let's see, is it 4th down or 1st down? Yeah, it must be a 1st down. It doesn't sound like the crowd's getting into it. Yeah, yep, so big 1st down then. Big run there for 1st down for Westminster. Walker pass, tipped at the line of scrimmage by West. And incomplete.
He did that
Oh, no, he
thing
caught it.
earlier in the game.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I thought, sure looked like West tipped that ball, but I think there was a catch on the far sideline. Wow, yeah. Couldn't really tell if it was that Sprinkle that caught it, number 4. It's hard to see on that far sideline, but it's a crazy play. Yep. Stays on his feet. Grinding for as many yards as he can. Clock's running. Liberty does not want to let him go.
Stopped by number 40.
That was Marcicano came in, but that was also Michael Martin, number 5, making that tackle. Here's the last play.
I think we're putting 40 on the dude list.
he's rising the list, huh?
Definitely.
I think South Carroll kneel for the final time. And they will get their 2nd win of the season.
Hey,
a
give
good
Century
game.
a lot of credit.
Yeah, absolutely. Final score there in Eldersburg from the Castle and Century. South Carroll 22, Century 14. The Cavs move to 2-6. And that's 2 wins in a row for Mike Crumley and the Cavs. Handshakes. A lot of these kids know each other going back a long time.
Definitely.
And you see Coach Crumley in the front of his line and South Carroll Century's players. A lot of respect there between the two teams.
Two very classy programs, definitely.
That was a game effort by Century.
Absolutely.
Very game effort by Century. So 1-7, the Knights fall 2. And South Carroll goes to 2-6. You see the coaches shake hands there at the end, Dave Ferguson and Mike Crumley. Okay, 5-15 and going and moving. South Carroll, ooh, dangerous pass. Oh, caught by Clayton Dorsey. Gets away, and he is inside the 5-yard line, I believe.
The defender tried to tackle high, and he just ducked under it. Yep.
Go to the guys that got you here, and that's Clayton Dorsey, number 9.
Yep.
And now Westminster set up inside the 5, I think. A 1st and goal situation. Another game coming down to the wire, just like you said, Coach.
Well, even if they score here, this game's not
over.
No,
not at all. Not at all. And Warfield is into the end zone. Yep. So Westminster back on top. Five-yard run from Warfield makes it 20-17 and a big extra point coming up.
Big extra point.
Because both of these teams have good kickers. You got Michael Martin on Liberty's side, Josh Wagner on Westminster's side. Again, Winters Mill, Edgeman Valley, South Carroll held off Century. And we got a flag. Oh, it looks like maybe they had too many guys.
Yep.
Now, that pushes it forward.
Nah.
Don't do it?
Nah.
Okay. Would your sons tell you otherwise?
Probably. No, they would tell me to kick it.
You got to kick it here, right? You got to go up by 4.
But I would think about it. I would definitely think about it. Again, if you got AJ, I'd think about it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Or Bernard.
Yeah,
Either one of them I would go. All right, let's see. Yep, legal substitution. That's half the distance, but I do believe I don't see any other guys out there except the kicker, so we're going to have a point after here. I think that's probably smart. Wagner's kick is pure. And so 4:45 to go. Westminster with a 21-17 lead. Pat Stoetzer and Mike Kraus were finishing up this multi-game coverage week 8. Take a breath, we're not done yet. Really?
Westminster and Liberty. Before we get back to that game, your first thoughts on the South Carroll Century game. South Carroll, congrats for the win. I thought hats off to Century.
I give a lot of kudos to Coach Ferguson and the staff. You know, they had their kids ready to play. They weren't calling it in.
Right.
South Carroll had to earn it, and they, you know, again, I think they did that.
They did.
That's good.
They did. A couple of touchdown runs from Anthony Rodriguez. You mentioned he's only a sophomore. I mean, games like this and the game we saw him a couple weeks ago, it's just got to boost his confidence and get him going in the right direction for the rest of this year and next year.
Yeah, when I saw him on Wednesday, he said that he's really enjoying running the football. So, you know, in the beginning of the year, he didn't want the ball.
Yeah.
And now, you know, now he's seeing the fruits of his labor, and it's coming out.
Yeah, he had Manny in front of him, his brother. Hey, look, you take it now. I'll be behind you later. And all of a sudden, you got to step into that role. It can be a little bit nerve-wracking, I would think.
For sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then the other game, Winters Mill and Man Valley, was a defensive game. You said it would be. I just think Winters Mill defense kind of proves right now it's one of the best around.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt with that. I mean, I'm not sure where they stand, you know, after 8 games with points allowed, but you know, they got to be right up there with, you know, some of the top defenses this county's given up.
Some of their detractors might look at their schedule and say who have they played, but every week they've answered the call and they've gotten wins.
Yeah, you know, I hear that noise, but it's noise to me. Right. You know, you play the teams that are on your schedule. Your team still has to go out there and perform on a weekly basis, and you got to make the plays, and they've made the plays.
Who they get next week is Westminster. Let's get back out to that game to see the Owls and Lions of Liberty with 4:45 to go in the fourth quarter.
You're hopeful for a good return here.
Now, Wagner keeps it on the ground again, and that's going to get it to Kevin Kern again, I believe, 44. And he's out to the 40-yard line. Cooper Wickham, number 7, was upset at something for looking over toward the Liberty sideline there, it looked like. But so the PAT was good, so it's 21-17. 4:45, well, the 4:39 now, 4:45 when he scored in the fourth quarter. So we have a penalty. Ooh, we have a face mask. Ooh, face mask on Westminster. That's a huge play. That's a huge play. That's the mistake you're talking about. You can't
do it.
You can't do it at this stage anytime, but not with under 5 minutes to go and you're holding a 4-point lead. That's going to put it in Westminster territory, Coach.
Well, again, I'm also going to say to my offensive coordinator, we don't need it all in one shot here, you know. I mean, there's 4 minutes left to go in the game. You know, I don't want to give the ball back to Westminster with, you know, a lot of time on the clock.
Well, with any time, but yes, you're right, yeah. Last year's game was 28-27, overtime thriller. Westminster's Liberty scored first in overtime, kind of fumbled the extra point attempt, couldn't kick it. Westminster scored on the next play and walked off with the PAT and the win. There's a
there you go.
pass complete to Tristan West, and that's good yardage on first down. Knocked out of bounds, and another flag.
Another flag, wow.
And that's back-to-back mistakes if that's on Westminster.
It will be, too. It might be on Clayton.
Wow, back-to-back mistakes. It might have been 4. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it was Dorsey. It's hard to tell.
Nice play call by Liberty, though.
It was. Let's see what they got here. While they do this, by the way, I check him, Hunter Burkow, FSK senior, covering the game at key. Touchdown thrown by Jermaine Dawson, 55 yards to Mitchell Smith, 27-24 now. South Hagerstown leads at last check. So hang on there, FSK.
FSK is not a tough, they're going to be a tough out.
They're going to be a tough out. It was 27-8 in the third quarter. It's now 27-24. So
South is a good football team.
They are. So now we got a 4.5 to go, and already with one play's been run, and they're at the 20-yard line, 15-yard line. I think they're at the 15.
Yeah, it might be, yeah.
And a tackle there, nice job. Coach, they may even be down by the 10 now that I see it. No, I guess not. No, I guess they're at the 20. It's hard to see with the angle there, but. All right, second down, I believe. Yeah, I think they're at about the 20, 25. Liberty hangs around in these games.
Yeah, I'd have rather seen Akamboye get the ball in front, not do the bubble motion.
Because of the placement of the...
Yeah, it puts you so far deep.
Yeah. All right, Miller, back to pass. Ooh, be careful of the footing. He does get a job, turns around, puts it up. Oh, bad pass, and Westminster's going to get interception. And out of bounds. Ill-advised throw by Chase Miller, and that's Raheem Moorfield, number 3. Huge play for Westminster.
That's the one thing you tell your quarterback, don't ever throw across your body, across the field.
Yeah. If nothing's there at that point, throw it away.
Throw it away,
or
yeah.
Run,
live to play another play.
Yeah.
You're at the 20-yard line, 15-yard line, right.
They took advantage of those couple of penalties there, and Westminster takes over now, and they got a good return out of that, too. Raheem Moorfield came all the way out to about the 30-yard line, I think.
Now, there's still time.
That's a big play, though,
but
for
that's
Westminster's
a huge
defense.
play. Yeah, that's a huge turnover mistake that you just,
Maybe bails them out after a couple of those penalties. We'll see. There's still a lot of time left, but you had the face mask and you had a personal foul. Liberty's down near the 20-yard line with plenty of time.
Yeah.
They stop them on that first down play and then take advantage of a bad pass by Miller and credit Warfield for the interception.
Yeah, unfortunate for the Lions, but, Westminster, got to play, and the defender didn't drop his coverage. He stayed where he was supposed to be and made the interception.
Yeah, he did. Let's get back to Eldersburg then and take a look and see the final 3.5 minutes here with Westminster and Liberty. The third of our 3 games, CMSportsNet multi-game coverage, game of the week. And we got to stop here. Let's see. It's a penalty.
Procedure,
yeah, with somebody moved. Yeah. So they're up at the 35-yard line, so Westminster's already moving back. So all 6 teams we see tonight have had their mistakes in certain moments. You if you're the team here, that's a legal procedure or a false start. You just make as few of them as you can in these last 3.5 minutes, and you get a chance to win the game.
Yeah, and as a coach, you're going to go back and you're going to go in film study and you're going to say, look, these are the mistakes you can't make in week 10, 11, and 12 if you want to keep
absolutely
playing.
Not. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
So second down for Westminster. Off Worth Middle. Good job by Liberty.
Yeah, they played stout defense all night.
Peyton Roebuck, number 70, and there's 60. Blake Cox, and I think that's a timeout called by the Lions, I would think. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break. We got 3:21 to go, and word from our sponsors. We're going to come right back. CMSportsNet Game of the Week, going to wrap it up here soon. Don't go away.
It's time for another exciting season of CMSportsNet's award-winning coverage, and you can be part of it. Few things bring a community together like local sports. And when you become a sponsor of CMSportsNet, you can get your business in front of thousands of viewers each week. These are loyal fans with a passion for the sport and their school, and you can be the community leader that helps celebrate our hometown heroes. Best of all, CMSportsNet's extensive coverage means there's a host of ways you can get involved. From live Game of the Week coverage,
it was easy sailing once he saw middle of the field like that, yeah?
to highlights,
DeAndre Grooms comes up with a scoop and score.
exclusive interviews,
Everybody was talking like, it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week,
There must have been big expectations you guys put on yourselves just because of time.
blogs, podcasts, and more. There's an opportunity for every budget, and we can customize your package. So what are you waiting for? Get in the game. Call us today and put CMSportsNet to work for you.
All right, we're back. We got 3:21 to go here in the fourth quarter. Westminster holding on to a lead against Liberty. Let's get back to Eldersburg and catch the rest of this action. 3:21. Here's a handoff. Kyrie's going to keep it. Ooh, makes a man miss. Carter Hendrick, 34, was lining him up, and Kyrie's did make a miss, but did not get the yards to gain, and that's another timeout from Liberty. And I think that's going to be fourth down. I can see the box at the bottom of our screen there. So timeout Liberty. See if that's their. I mean, I can't tell how many timeouts they have left, but that's at least two. They really have one or none.
Yeah, so I think Westminster ran about a minute and a half off the clock there.
Not a lot of time
No,
off the clock.
not a lot of time, no.
Might have gotten one first down right in there somewhere. No, actually, maybe they didn't, because they had it at the 35. And well, either way, 3:12 to go. It's a fourth down. You would think you're going to punt here if you're Westminster.
Yeah, I would think so.
Plenty of time left in this game, right, Coach?
Oh, yes.
Even without the timeouts.
Yes.
Liberty changed the play, or they changed personnel here. What's the main goal there in the timeout? What are you telling those guys?
Well, if you're Westminster, you want to make sure you got your blocking assignments correct because you're punting the football. You want to cover the field, make sure that the edges are covered. And if you're Liberty, don't touch the kicker.
I was just going to say, someone's saying don't touch the kicker. That's the
Right.
exact thing I was going to say. Oh, Westminster's allowed to go for it.
Oh, they're going to pooch it.
You think? Try to draw them off sides.
Yeah, probably. And then use the timeout.
Westminster has a timeout.
Earmuffs here, yeah.
Earmuffs. Yeah, I just saw Basil call it.
Yep.
Not a bad
No,
setup because they would
You
have
got timeouts to use.
And it looks like it was would have been a first down if they make them jump.
Yeah.
So anyway, again, these coaches will tell the defenders on this punt if they looks like they are going to punt. Don't unless
touch
it's
the
right
kicker.
there.
Right.
Don't touch them.
Right.
And we talk about how it's high school kids and you can tell somebody something 8, 9, 10 times.
You can look them straight in the eyes on the sidelines and tell them to do something, and they do something totally different. So yeah, it happens.
And then if you're Westminster, you're just hoping for a good bounce and a good strong punt.
Yes.
And then play some defense.
Yes. Yep. The game could be over, quickly if they do that. So,
Correct, yeah. 21-17, Westminster has the lead. Liberty's about to get the ball back anyway. It looks like they want to punt. Let's get back to Eldersburg and see the finale from the Lions' Den. There is your punt. A good punt. And, did that get touched? Ooh. Jonah Aurora, number 10, upset with himself. That goes all the way down inside the 10. That's exactly what Westminster needed right there.
Nice job by number 11, too, to at least field it, take it in. You don't know.
Connor Harris, number 11. Yeah, that's a. Now they think it's a touchdown. Wait a minute, the officials are talking.
He's got a first down. Yeah.
First down. So they might as well go with it, see if they can play, see if it got touched. It didn't, but that's going to be a long way to go. And now it's got to be a touchdown. So you've got to get into the end zone, and you're 90 couple yards away. It might be right at the 5, looks like. So
I'd be looking at Tristan West, number 17, made a big play against Man Valley.
And you mentioned Akinboye. I mean, you've got him in your back pocket. He's got jets. Miller back to pass in his end zone, goes up top already. He's got West. Oh, West makes the catch. You dialed it up, Coach. All the way down to the 50-yard line. That is a huge play on first down. 45 yards. It was, but
stayed with it.
He did, and the defender, he couldn't come back into the receiver, so first down all the way up to midfield. Oh no, 2:50 to go. Absolutely not. And he out of bounds. Stop the clock. So 2:50 inside Westminster territory, 48-yard line, 49-yard line. There's a pass, nice catch, and out of bounds goes Akinboye, number 14.
Boy, it's almost like we know what we're talking about.
Well, one of us does. I mean, maybe not both of us, but one of us does. I like him too. I like his game. Juniors, 6'1", 180. I'm sorry, juniors, 5'8", 145.
Well, he's a playmaker. He
is.
has that capability of making a play.
And he can pop one too on the defense, especially a tired defense.
Yeah.
Which both sides right here are going to be feeling it right now, right?
Yep.
With 2:45 to go. Second and manageable for Liberty. And the clock is stopped, so Liberty using the sidelines to its advantage. There's pressure up the middle. Miller, incomplete. Incomplete. Trying to get it to Kevin Poole. Incomplete pass, second down. Third down, excuse me. Third down. .241 to go, third down. Liberty with the ball, needs a touchdown to take the lead. Looks like they're at about the 43-yard line of Westminster. Here comes Heising up the middle again. Miller's pass complete. Out of bounds. Michael Martin stops the clock. They're doing a good job, Coach, using the sideline as a 13th or a 12th man out there.
Yes. You know, that's something that you practice during the week. You practice your 2-minute drill. You know, you practice your quick outs, your quick hitches. You practice that time.
So first down now inside the 40. Plenty of time left, 2:36. And the Lions on the move. They started at their own 5.
Yeah, they got the Owls on their heels right now.
Miller going deep. Oh, into double coverage. Incomplete. West almost had it. I think that's John Manley, a senior there, number 23, on one of the guys back there covering for Westminster. Double coverage, but Tristan West is going to win most of those battles.
Yeah, I think you throw a 50-50 ball up, he's got chances. He's got great hands.
Yep, not that time, though. It'll be second down, I believe, with 2:27 to go. Liberty, I believe, out of timeouts. So that's why they're using those sidelines. Miller drops back. He's going deep again. Down the middle. He's got a receiver. Oh, incomplete.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
Oh, Michael Martin. Almost.
Good sportsmanship on that.
Broken up by Raheem Warfield. It looked like Martin had a step on him. .219 to go, 3rd and 10.
Well, they're definitely in two-play territory here.
Absolutely. Yeah, with no timeouts. Miller in the gun. Looks like he's got Kern to his left, Kevin Kern. There's pressure. Pass caught. Knocked out of bounds, Michael Martin. That's a first down, 3rd and 10, and he gets out of bounds. Oh, it's 2:14, still time.
Good job by the quarterback to go right back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a big situation.
And good job by Martin to find the number, find how he needed to get to, and then use the sideline to his advantage. It's an impressive drive from Liberty.
For real. They got Westminster on their heels.
Liberty gets Century in week 9. And we already talked about Westminster and Winters Mill in week 9 at Ruby Field in Westminster for the county title. But first, 2 and change left here. There's a pass caught by Akinboye. Slips away, gets out of bounds.
Yep.
I like him too, Coach.
Well coached.
Yes. And I like him. He's a good little ball player.
Yep. He's a 10th grader too, isn't he?
I think so, yeah. Junior. Junior was still. We didn't see much of him last year in that offense, and he's another one of those guys. You get your chance now, right? He's doing a good job with it. Looks like Liberty's inside the 20, 25 maybe? 2:08 to go. Again, got out of bounds, stopped the clock. They're inside the 20, yeah. Miller trying to pump fake the defender. Goes to the corner, incomplete. Pretty good job defending by Sprinkle. Try to get it to number 7. That's Kevin Poole.
And there's 2 minutes to go here. There's still time on the clock. They could run the football
you absolutely
here.
could run it.
Maybe catch Westminster sleeping.
Yeah. There's plenty of time to run the ball.
Yeah.
And they've run it effectively tonight when they had to. You could use the quarterback's legs. You got Kern in the backfield right now, number 44.
You got a tired defensive front.
Absolutely. You see him checking his wristband for the play. Miller tells him something. They're talking it over in the backfield. He's got him on his left side. 3rd down. Miller waiting for the shotgun pass. Ooh, snap goes down. Miller is going to take off at the middle. And Westminster stands him up.
I'm not against the play call there, that's for sure. That was not a bad play call.
He's met by a wall of owls for a loss on the play to bring up 4th down and 6.
So, yeah, I don't mind the run either. Right? Pretty good play, but that does bring up 4th down, and the clock is running. Minute 30 and running. Liberty's got to get a first down and then a touchdown to keep this thing going. Miller in the backfield, in the shotgun. Ball on the ground again. Picks it up, throws it up.
That's tough.
Incomplete. Flag comes down.
Oh, my.
Trying to get it to Michael Martin.
It might be offensive.
That was Raheem Warfield.
Yeah.
Offensive pass interference. Was incomplete pass anyway, so they'll decline that and take over on downs, and it looks like Westminster will escape.
Once the snap hit the ground, all the timing was off.
Right, all right, right. Martin trying to get it around the guy, make a play. Wow.
Well, you're right. They escaped.
They escaped. I think Coach Bowser would agree with you.
Yeah.
But sometimes you got to escape in week 8.
Yes, you do.
Especially
I've
in the middle.
before a couple times.
There's nothing wrong with escaping.
No, not at all.
Especially at this stage of the season.
A W is a W.
That's right. That's right. And it's what it's going to do is, barring any craziness here, it's going to set up a pair of undefeated in-county teams.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun next week. Winters Mill and Westminster. And then Liberty cannot stop the clock, so it appears that Westminster will hold on and win 21-17, go to 7-1, and 5-0 in the county. And Winters Mill will be 8-0, 5-0 in the county, and come one, come all at Ruby Field next week if we're going to watch a county championship game in its true form, you know?
Absolutely, and you just hope that Winters Mill is at 100% with Caleb back, and the injury's not too serious, and they were just very precautionary tonight.
Let's hope that's the case, and I want to see everybody at their full strength. That's what you want to hope for. But regardless, we're going to see a good football game next week at the field.
Winters Mill's defense is going to play well.
See some dejection there from, I think that's Nico Marsicano, and a well-deserved rest there. He had a heck of a game for Liberty's defense.
Yes, he did.
And we're going to get to the handshakes here as the final 20 seconds tick off. See a lot of handshakes happening already between two Warriors there. Yeah, that's a good shot right there. You know, you just have two competitors out there, leaving it all out there too, right?
Yep.
Westminster will trot off with that W, and Liberty will have to endure another tough loss, a second tough loss in as many games. There's your final. It's 0s on the clock. Coach Larry Luth walking out to the left of his team, and that's a 21-17 final score. Liberty gets another victory over, or Westminster gets another victory over Liberty. There you go. 21-17 is your final. Another close game between these two teams. Liberty put up a pretty good effort and a really good defensive effort, I thought, against Westminster. And the Owls had a couple more plays down the stretch.
Yeah, they made the one play that, Kyries on that long touchdown run,
Yeah, that was the difference. I mean,
Yes.
Miller got it back with a touchdown run, and then they got two and made it a 3-point game. And then eventually Raquan Warfield with that 5-yard run put Westminster back on top. 21-17 with about 4 minutes or so, 4.5 to go. And there's your handshakes, final score there. So all three games have gone final now. Week 8, our multi-game coverage has almost come to an end. Don't go anywhere. We are going to, in a second, take a break. When we come back from the break, we'll go over some highlights and show you some of the top plays. Just your quick thoughts there on those three games. They were fun to watch.
Carroll County football, man, it's the real deal.
Yeah.
It's good football.
We saw it with all three games.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter the records, right?
Nope.
Doesn't matter the records at
Nope.
all. Yeah.
Yep.
I think we're going to have a couple more in store next week for week 9,
Yeah,
especially
next couple weeks.
Westminster Winners Mill. Real quick before we go to our break, we got a whole week to prepare for that game, but you're going to see two teams again who know each other really, really well, and Winners Mill is going to want to bring their A game. Westminster, could they have used a game like that to sort of, hey, look, we need to play like this. We need to bring our A game, or else we're going to have situations where we're going to be in trouble.
I think Coach Basser's going to pound that point to his team this week in practice that, we can't make those kind of mistakes, those kind of penalties against a good football team, as Winners Mill is showing to prove to be this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, they're going to have to play well on offense, well on defense, well on special teams to, take the 0 off of Winners Mill's record.
Right, and Winners Mill wants nothing more than to finish with a 9-0
absolutely.
regular season.
Man, that's
That'd
fun.
be something fun. It'd be great. We'll get to that next week, and we got plenty of time to get ready for it. Take a quick break right now here from our sponsors. When we come back, some final thoughts and some of the biggest moments of all three games. Don't go away. Our coverage will be right back to wrap it up.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
We're back. Mike Kraus, Pat Stoetzer, taking a breath after 3 great games. Multi-game coverage was a success here, I think, in our Week 8 game of the week. Before we get to the, some of the highlights of the game, some of all the touchdowns we're going to see here at the end to wrap it up. But first, just a couple impressions from you, Coach, about all three. Start with Liberty and Westminster. Would you?
Again, great football game, great athletes showcasing their talents. I think Liberty, coming off a tough loss last week, proved that they're a quality football team. You don't want to take them lightly.
Let's go to South Carroll and Century. You got two teams whose records they don't want to have those 1-6s coming in this week, but they both were up to each other's challenges very well, I thought.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned it to you in the beginning. I think some teams were out to play tonight to show that their records were, they're better than their records
Absolutely.
show. And I think both of those teams did that tonight.
And then Winners Mill, Man Valley, a defensive, a slugfest in the rain up there at Manchester, and Winners Mill just does enough to get another W.
Yeah. Hey, when you're good, when you got everything going for you, everything goes right. It goes right.
Yeah.
And, for tonight, to lose Caleb and then still come out victorious, that's huge.
Yeah. We weren't there. Obviously, we're not going to speculate. We just know he didn't finish the game. We hope he's okay.
Yes.
That he can come back and finish up. He wants nothing more than to be out there for his teammates and himself for Week 9. It's going to be really fun to get ready for next week. We got more football after that. Everybody makes the playoff. There'll be postseason playoff action coming up from CMSportsNet. But next week, our game of the week, Winners Mill at Westminster. You and I will be there at Ruby Field. I'm already looking forward to it.
Oh, me too. And I'm telling you, it's going to come down to who the team that makes the least mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, it always does. You know, I mean, it's just common nature.
The top defense, and if you want to go by points allowed, and the top offense, if you want to go by points scored. No better way than to get it all in week 9, right?
Exactly.
I appreciate it as always, Coach. Mike Kraus and Pat Stoetzer, we're going to lead with every touchdown we saw tonight scored, and we're going to come back next week, of course, with another game of the week from Ruby Field when Winners Mill comes into Westminster just down the road, and the city rival will be a good one. Take care, have a good weekend, and here come the touchdowns. Have a good night.
Number 3.